fish and you caught me, you'd say, look at that fish, shimmering in the sun. Such a rare one, can't believe that you caught one. If I were a fish and you caught me, you'd say, look at that fish, heaviest in the sea. You'd win first prize if you caught me. Why is everybody on the internet so mean? Why is everybody so afraid of what they've never seen? If I was strolling through and I saw me flopping around and singing my song, I'd say, damn, they're cute and sing along. If I were a rock, you would pick me up and say, that's a nice rock, skippiest on the lake. Plop, 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 I'm the perfect shape. And if I were a sock, you would put me on and say, that's a nice sock, happiest as a pair. I found you, now I'm not scared. Why is everybody on the internet so mean? Why is everybody so afraid of what they've never seen? If I was strolling through and I saw me flopping around and singing my song, I'd say, damn, they're cute and sing along. How lucky are we? Of all the fish in the sea, you get to be you, and I get to be me. Just let 'em be me. We're as free as can be to be the youest of you and the meest of me. If I were a fish, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. 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 This is the funnest thing I've ever done in my life. Yeah!
Welcome on back. Hopefully my audio is correct. Oh my gosh, it's an Ekans. Hold on. Little Val. One second. Ultra Ball, go, Little Val. I didn't even realize it was a freaking Ekans. Come on, Ultra Ball. Get in the ball. Fuck yeah! Celebratory chili dogs. Where the fuck's my chili dogs? Chili dog? There we go.
Sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on a dog. Sucking on a chili dog.
Let's go. Also, hello for 38 months. Gosh. That's a lot of months. It's a lot of support. Thank you so much again. I say it every time, but I mean it every time. Especially when there's like long breaks in between the streams. End of the year always gets so busy. So much stuff's going on. And then like this year is even worse because like we went to MFF and then like had to prep for Bun going back to Norway and everything. And it was just like, yeah, I wasn't doing anything. Is that piñata is a yes, it is. Actually, I was gonna show like this screen real quick. This actually is a screenshot of what I have on my screen right now. Because this thing, I have been editing this for like 30 or 40 minutes to try and make a piñata brush. I had a idea yesterday, and I was like, oh, that'd be kind of a fun thing to try and make. I'll say it was fun to make. But yeah, I still have this screen up, by the way. You just can't see it because it doesn't capture the full window. It just captures like, you know, the drawing screen. But this is I just want to show you guys what I'm always looking at whenever I'm doing these things. Is there anything on this layer? Let's go rotate. No, there's nothing on this layer. Okay, that's the line work. Here's the mache. So I wanted to make a brush that would change its color as I use it so I can draw in mache quickly. And like it'll feel like paper mache, right? Where I can kind of make it work. And I had a very surprising result using a brush I made to make spiky line work. But I think I need to change the brush to be a solid square instead, because this is like, it's rounded at the end is really fun of a shape, but like the rounded, like just having a point at all It's just not right. It does work if I'm... No, wait, it doesn't work when I drag in a direction. Oh, that doesn't change based on where I'm pointing it? Hold on. You're kidding me. Stroke, texture, brush tip. Where is angle? Angle, direction of pen. There we go. There, so now it actually... That's not working at all. Yeah, that's not working. Well, that's odd. Yeah, because it's always wanting to be this shape, no matter which way I'm dragging my cursor. You notice it's kind of still keeping this shape. Yeah, we don't want that. We want it to be a square. Or at least a square with like, oh fuck, man. What am I gonna have to do for this? Oh yeah, and as well. So my camera's not charged. I've actually had the stream PC, I've had Noibat on for like 2 days, not 2 days straight. I turned it off at nights, obviously, but I was just like running stuff on the other screen to make sure that the thing was charged, and it's not turned on. I just realized I never hit a single button on it. It might actually have been charged this whole time, and I just didn't hear the sound. Why did it stream at 10? Hold on, hitting the button. Yo, that thing's charged. It's only charged halfway? The fuck? Oh, that's odd. No, I'm not going to turn the camera on because I'm still having issues of this tablet being like too dark, and I have to have a lot of lights on for good visuals on the camera. And more importantly, my face exploded. I had like, I guess like best described as like a big acne patch or something. Like not like a big acne patch, it was like a single acne thing that was just kind of like wide, not big. And like I didn't scratch at it, I didn't pick at it, but I woke up like 2 days ago and it was just a giant scab. I'm like, oh, fun. Like I did nothing, and I don't move in my sleep, so it's not like I scratched in my sleep or something. So, yeah, it just looks like I have a wound on my face. It's, again, not that big. It's not that big, but it's very noticeable. And I was like, I'm just not gonna have the camera on today. Especially since, you know, I shaved today, so it didn't exactly help matters too much. So, no camera today. And I'm so sad by that because I have the most childish thing that I've ever like added to my stream setup, like my art setup. In fact, I'm gonna get a quick photo of this thing because y'all are probably gonna love this. On photo, and then I'm gonna have to put this into the stream chat, but like, putting this into the media channel, and I'll pull it up on stream, of course. Today's gonna be a hot mess stream. I'm not anticipating that we're going to be like getting much done or doing a lot. Come on, load. There it is. Copy image and paste image. That's really fucking big. Look at that hand detail. Oof. But yeah, it's like a foam roller that you attach to a pen, and it looks like a hot dog now. And I have other colors too. I have like purple and red and orange and blue and green too. And the purpose of this thing is because yeah, we're stuck on chili dogs now. Oh, I'm gonna suck on this thing so much, it's great. The purpose for this thing is when I was initially going in to get looked at for my like hand and wrist pain, the first thing that they fucking recommended, literally first thing they recommended for stretches or anything, was like, are you holding a pen a lot? And I go, yes. They go, okay, get a bigger pen. And I went, I can't. They went, why? It's an art thing. They go, oh. So, and I found out that they make these things, which are literally just giant foam rollers with a slit in them that you're supposed to put on pens and pencils and such to make them easier to grip for people with like arthritis or wrist pain, or for children. And I got a children's one because it's in multiple colors and it's cute. So I have a bunch of colors of these. It's an art thing you wouldn't understand. Oh no, she understood fucking instantly. It's like, it's an art thing. Like I can't get a bigger like I can't get a bigger felt tip pen that feels the same, right? They make them and that's it. So it's like, yeah, I couldn't replace my setup. So anyways, now I have a giant foam roller. It feels a little bit too big. The button is a little hard to hit, even if I'm like changing my hand position a bit. But I wonder if I can take a scissors to this. You know what? I'm actually gonna grab my scissors real quick. Everyone calm down. I'm just trimming it so that I can reach the button a bit easier. I am not hampering its ability to health. Oh, that's so much nicer. That is so much nicer. Yeah, I got scissors. He's getting one of those giant pencils to carve out. Oh, that'd be really funny, actually. One of those, like, 3-inch thick pencils. I got scissors. Yeah, get a hot dog. Go draw with a hot dog, dude. Like, oh, a hot dog. All right. What am I doing? That's right. I was going to make a quick, edit, change canvas size 500 by 500. And I want to have 2 shapes. This needs to be a different type of layer style. I'm trying to remember how to do this shit. A new layer. No, it's not a new layer thing. I know it's a way that I edit this layer. It's like, it's, oh god, what is convert layer? Yes, we want to express it in monochrome. Okay, so now this pen is monochrome. Yeah, my mom lets me have 2 shapes because I'm special. What am I doing? We just want to fill in this whole thing. Okay, so this is the first shape. I know, crazy. It's black. It's just a solid square. But that is what we wanted. In here, there should be a button to like add this as a thing. Trying to remember how to navigate this menu every time I use the menu. Anyways, how's everyone doing? Found the menu. Okay, we have just a square. And the other version of this that I want to make will actually require us to do a 4-sided symmetrical. I wish I had a way of just like centering this, but I don't think there is a way. Yeah, that doesn't center that item. How do we want to do that then? Because I want to carve out the sides of this just a little. Yeah, and it's not even the right style of symmetrical either. Because of course there's multiple different styles of symmetrical ruler. But yeah, I want to like carve out the sides just a, wow, that's actually really close to the middle. But yeah, I just want to carve out the sides a little bit just to give us like a little point to it. I don't even know if it'll like help. Get banned on, nerd. Why is that at a slight angle? Noticing that? It's like all kind of tilted just a little bit. Did I put this thing in crooked? No, it looks straight. Why is everything kind of tilted? Why is everything getting so tilted? It's like symmetry markers moved when you move the... Oh yeah, no, they did. Yeah, the symmetry markers are tied to the layer, and I have to specifically pick the symmetrical ruler if I want to move the symmetrical ruler. I'm just more confused why it looks like it's all kind of tilted. Yeah, I was trying to move the thing there. Because the big problem with trying to do this whole art symmetrical thing is keeping everything, well, you know, in the middle. Because it doesn't lock to the middle. There's not a way to just be like, oh, go to center. Yeah, and like even that, you can see it's like a little bit bigger down here than over here. Because it is slightly off kilter. I'm drawing it tilted. Oh yeah, I'm so tilted right now. All right, and let's see. I think that'll work for what I'm imagining. Register image. Okay, pointed square. Did that? No, that didn't register that correctly. Hi, Barasha. It's not letting me save this as a thing. Why? Is it because there's a ruler on that layer? Yep, it's because there's a ruler on that layer. Got it. All right. Maureen. It's very pillow shaped, yeah. All right, so now we go back to this where I'm doing these experiments. We open up my mache brush and we swap out the tool brush tip. For the new ones. And I gotta find them. God, I have so many custom stuff. Okay, we're getting somewhere. You already got a Kung Fu. You're wrecked. Pointed square. All right, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Now, instead of it getting so small at the end, we want this to stay quite chunky. So we are going to have pen pressure affect the thickness and set the minimum to actually be quite high. Nope, that did not work. Is that not thickness then? What is the setting for... Oh wait. Brush size. There it is. I found the setting for that. So we can still get a little bit of variation, but like not quite as much. Although I really do want the ending to stay really thick so I don't have to like press really hard all the time. Let's actually up that minimum just a little bit just to help with that. And of course, the purpose of all this is just so that I can do this and it'll like draw in the mache. Obviously, I still have to adjust the range. It's very subtle, which I guess when you're zoomed out, no, it's not even that visible when you're zoomed out. Some colors it works better on. Like up here, there's sometimes you get these really wild colors. Alrighty. Now why is there... Why do I have the 2? Oh, nope, it does show up. Okay. So, yep, you can get a little bit of those other shapes in here. Okay, so now let's play around with the color jitter, which is what's causing it to be these different colors as you're drawing it in. It's like, I want it to be, I don't know, a little bit more variable. So right now the hue was only at like 3 for its variability. God, that's such a bad resizing. Why is that thing like that? Why is that like so aliased on the edges? I guess it's about as bad as their other stuffs, huh? Howdy, Misty. Yeah, I hope that everyone is doing well. Oh god, yeah, no, when I size it up. Oh god, what the fuck is happening here? It is not handling this thing very well. Oh god, that's way too fuzzy. 1 second. Oh god, what the hell? Brush tip. Yeah, no, I'm not seeing anything here that... Riot indeed. I wonder if I resize those details. Well, it's probably because of the sharp tips, but a lot of my other tools, they don't alias this bad. It's resizing the square up incorrectly. It's resizing the square up as though it's like not a square. So, do I need some, like, how did I do this with my other tools? This is the problem with me doing this. I can never fully remember how I did this, make brush tips. Because, like, I have a leaf texture and such that I made that works really well. I have the round one that I was using before was working really well. You can see it up here. It's like, you know, that looks really clean. But, no, in detail, actually, it's not looking that clean. You see it's actually really bad aliased on the sides as well. I guess for you who are unaware, aliasing is this type of effect where it tries to approximate where the pixels are by adding in the half gradient pixels. But if it does it wrong, it looks really jagged and messy and like unclean. Been a minute. Kitty said only a temporary thing. She's staying. Nora doesn't really care, and let's just eat Nora's dinner. Well, congrats on your new kitty. Yeah, we're gonna delete the old pointed square thing. Can I edit a material in this material menu? No, I cannot. Oh god, is that why it's doing this? It thinks that's the right size? No, that's way too small. Yeah, it's like that sharp edge is just not... I just want to begin and end with it. Can I have it, like... Brush density... It's at max. Not a spraying effect. Stroke... Aha! That helps. That helps. There's a stroke setting that lets it, like, be set down really, really quickly. And then we'll set it to be random which brush tip it's using. Okay, that's a little bit cleaner, but not quite. Cat thinks dog food is tasty. Dumb cat. That can be dangerous for them too, because it doesn't have everything that kitty needs. I think just because I'm zoomed in too much. Like, here, let's just see what this looks like right now. Well, it doesn't have nearly the amount of variation that I think it should have currently. She has her own food, but yeah, it's turned dinner time to complicated situation because Nora's slow and picky, just wants to always eat. Aww. Yeah, I hear that. It's like I've had pets that we kind of not like fight over it, but they had different ideas of food time before, and it's really just not easy at all. So, oh, Happy New Year! 25 months. Thank you, thank you. Happy New Year to you too. So I think this brush works well enough for what I need. Which is just to kind of add some mache texture to flat areas. Because, you know, let's say... Riot! Oh, I need to gift winner sub. But yeah, if I do this... Like, that's very mache. And that's all it is just drawing in a bunch of lines. Like, that looks very much like paper mache properly. Yep, I know. I just realized that. I'm gonna go gift her a sub. I don't know why I can't gift more than 1 month at a time. No, not them. Literally not the name I typed in. Helper bot win. Oh my god. Ah, bump the mic. There we go. Now, for some reason, Twitch will occasionally trigger my card to be like, yo, yep. It just triggered a thing saying, yo, this card's not legit. I'm like, guys, it's been the thing every single fucking time. Why do you think... Why is this an issue now? I guess I have to call the card. So yeah, Win doesn't have a sub today. Whatever. And she needs a tier 3. So don't... Like, half the time whenever this happens, somebody tries to gift her a sub. Don't. Fucking expensive. And for me, I get half it back. Okay. Oh yeah, no, it's really good for roofs too. I think the idea could work really well for grass, but grass is so... Like, you have so many blades of it that unless you try and do a super detailed piece. And of course, I did all this because I just had a party thing up. Let's actually open up Party's bigger ref. I'm curious just like how this looks on here. Oh, we have to set the angle of it too, because see, it's making diamonds over here. So brush tip, angle, direction of pen. Oh no, direction of line. There we go. So now it does it correctly. So like we can just go and maybe not like that. Just like add in a little bit of spots here or there. just to help make this illusion of complex detail. And you have to do it from bottom to top, which always throws me off whenever I'm doing any piñata stuffs. I think that actually works really well. I'll zoom in a little bit more for y'all's sakes rather than just mine. But I think that actually works really fucking well. Holy crap. Okay.
Hype train.
Piñata Doodles? Hold on. That's a fucking channel? Only 39 follows. What? Hold on. How active are they? Do they have anything they're about? They don't have, like, oh gosh, they had a link to Ko-Fi, Tumblr, and X, but looks like they're not super active on Twitch, so they might not be very active on here. Oh, and their Ko-Fi link actually just gives them a redirect. That's odd. Hold on, I'm gonna look at this stuff. While all you get to stare at this. Okay, so their Tumblr, how active is this? Okay, so it looks like they have a comic that they're posting, keeping updated. Oh, it's actually really pretty art too, damn. Okay, now, unfortunately, X. Okay, yep. I'm sorry, their fucking tag on Twitter was, Dragon Piñatas? Are they on Blue Sky? The only mention of the name at Dragon Piñatas is someone basically being like, like, you know, posting their lock screen saying originally by at Dragon Piñatas on Twitter. No idea what happened to them though. Fuck. Hold on a second. Is Piñata Doodles a thing? Piñata Doodles is a thing on Blue Sky. Hold on. Should I reply to this person and be like, I think this is who you mean? Oh no, what have I done? You made me find a creator. Is that a problem? Yeah, no, they're active on Blue Skies. It's really cute art, actually. Go ahead. I'll share a link in chat here. Hey, look at that. Originally went by Dragon Piñatas. Yeah, and that was a link on their Twitch, so I assumed that was them here. Should I reply to this person like a month ago who was like, oh, this is by Dragon Piñatas and on Twitter. Don't know what happened to him though, is that base. It's like, well, here's the name now. My keyboard is like behind my tablet. Ah, okay, that's the big sound. What? Oh, for fuck's sakes. Oh no, wait, what's going on with the hype train? Am I gonna have to do a painting? Okay, no, it's level 3. Wait. I mean, if it... What's the thing? Is it beats level 5? So yeah, there you go. We're that much closer to a fucking giveaway. Okay, cool. Hi everybody. Welcome back, Misty. It's been a bit. Casually dropping 5,000 biddies in the fucking stream. What did I do, Zay? I replied to someone on Blue Sky saying that who was trying to basically lamenting and not knowing who's like what someone's name was on Blue Sky versus their Twitter thing. I was like, well, I think it's them. And then when I looked back, I had 5,000 biddies in my account. Well, that's gonna go straight to win. Oh, wait, shit. That also means you're the bit boss. So, yo, eat me a ref if you want. Okay. Shoot, I don't know what I'm doing now. Thank you, thank you. You're so kind. Trying to cause chaos in me stream. I mean, you're pretty successful at it, I think. Alright, so this effect kind of only works for full bodies, I think? Oh god, I kind of want to do a really expressive party headshot now. Trying. Yeah, trying. Why is it saying gift 1 sub for reward? What the fuck is... What is their holiday event right... Oh, okay, well... Look at those bouncing tits right there. Wow, and there's the screaming Zay in the middle. Ah! Screaming of Ollie Zay between Hentapo's bouncing tits. Oh, that's so stupid. That sounds right. Yeah, very upset, Zay. Yeah. Also, I was trying to draw party earlier, but it just wasn't working, so I just went with the Zay instead. Oh. So, yeah, that's fun. Oh my god. I don't have good words for, like, you know, thank you for the gift and support and such, especially when, you know, it's been how long since I was last online? At least it feels like it. I think it has been a fucking hot minute. I keep wanting to do a stream, but then it's like, no, just like can't. And this is like the only day I could really fit in a stream this week safely. It's like, there's a chance I could try to do something tomorrow. Happy I didn't do anything yesterday because it fucking snowed and I had to go out and snowplow the driveway for the second day in a row. Grumble, 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 grumble. I feel like there's been stuff that's been happening, but honestly, it's like I can't recall much of anything. My life is kind of just completely taken up with trying to get the paperwork stuff figured out for the like marriage stuffs. Snow shark. Yep. Snow shark. What's funny was I was outside in... Oh, cool. 1,000 biddies. Well, thank you so much. What the fuck? Y'all don't have to be giving biddies at me. Jerks. How dare you? Burps at the worst time. Just trying to say how dare you. I'm being assaulted with biddies. 23 seconds left to try and be level 4. If we be level 4, and then we're at level 5. We then reset the timer. If we be level 5, then I give out a digital painting. I guess. Actually, wait, while I'm working on this party thing, I'm gonna pull up a thing that I got while at MFF. Oh, where'd I put it? Where'd I put it? The hype chest open. Are they doing loot boxes in this? Oh, well, it's not AI generated, so I'm fine with that. Side note, if you get that, like, cat with the Christmas hat emote, don't use it. Just saying. Okay, where is God, I need to remember where the fuck I saved shit. It's like, it's hard to talk and navigate my folders at the same time. I can talk while draw, but can't do anything else.
Sucking on
A chili dog. Sucking on a dog. Sucking on a chili dog. Okay. Art piece I got while at MFF. Wow, the ads are like hiding the name. Honowyn. Honowyn. In fact, I should probably actually try and find them on this guy real quick. I mistyped that so bad. Why is this tablet so in the way? Ha! There they are. Share social forum. There you go. If you wanted to see the artist as well. 69 bits. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, they finished it. They finished it like a couple of days ago. But yeah, no, how's MFF? MFF was a fantastic time. In fact, hold on. How close are we to the next ad break? 13 minutes? Okay, I'm gonna run the ad break right now, and then we're gonna ramble about MFF. Sound good? That way I have like a full hour to just like talk. Because also, for anyone who's like, you know, doesn't get the ad stuffs, can just look at this thing, because I'll have this thing up on screen for that whole duration. All right, so I'll see y'all back in 3 minutes. All right, 3 minutes. When we get back, we'll talk about MFF. Running ad now. And I'm gonna stretch and walk away for a second as well. All right, we're back. Okay. So yeah. Also I saw on my phone Misty needed me as the ref, so I'm probably gonna doodle on a bit boss thing while I chat about MFF. Hells yeah. Alright, again, for anyone who just stopped in, this is made by Hano Win. I posted a link into the chat to their Blue Skies. They were a lovely person that got to meet at MFF. So yeah. Alright. So yeah, MFF. So I'm a little bit surprised that we got a hotel room as easily as we did. Primarily because we were hearing people saying that, like, you know, they got a chance at getting a hotel, or they had to get a hotel that was like really far from the venue itself. And like, you know, people were having all these issues. And I was just like, yeah, I basically booked a room that like 3 weeks before the con started, and we're like right outside the convention. It's like literally like right there. We basically have to walk less distance than the people at the convention hotel. Yeah, that happened. I feel so bad for Fearless. She got the key for the wrong room and like walked in on two people like setting up stuffs in the room. It's like, oh no. It's early enough to be easier. This was after the like raffles for the rooms were done. Like, it was like 3 weeks before the con. Normally people were saying that they're like booked out like at least a month beforehand. Like, it should have been booked out still. But I guess we got lucky. I don't know. But we didn't struggle at all with it. And the only person that like I knew was going to be there was actually Fearless. I didn't really... I'm not in all the same circles that I was like years ago. The last time I went to MFF was like 2-3 years ago. So I didn't really know who all was going to be there. So I kind of just went going, fuck it, let's see what happens. And a lot happened, actually. Like, I'm kind of amazed that we were kind of as busy as we were for the whole event. In fact, me and Bun sat down with the schedule and was like, okay, anything that we think we might want to go to, we're just gonna mark on the schedule, right? That way we know the whole thing. We went to one event that we had listed. Every other event, we had other things going on. We either got lucky or people think the room slots equate to hotel being full. I don't know though. Maybe? I don't know actually. Maybe the room slots are just, or the hotel that we stayed at wasn't in the, like, the lottery. There's a chance that one just wasn't in the lottery at all. Because it wasn't just our room that was available. There's actually quite a few rooms. All I know is that we're going to be trying to stay at that one next time. But kind of noteworthy things. So what was it? Recreational, or I'm going to start with this, right? Recreational marijuana is legal in Chicago and in the Chicago area. And I know that Fearless likes having an edible here or there, and I was like, you know what? I don't know if she even knows that it's legal here. We're gonna pick up something on the way in, right? Yep, the bees. And we're gonna pick up something on the way in, and I'm gonna drop them off for her. And we stop at a place that, like, it was kind of hole-in-the-wall sized. And they didn't ask for our IDs or anything, which is so weird. Normally it's like, they're very strict with this type of stuff. Like, before you even get in the door, they have to check your ID. But this place didn't even ask for IDs or anything when we walked in. I went, okay, whatever. And I tell the dudes like, hey, looking to get a couple of pre-rolls and some edibles. And I told him, like, he was asking, you know, how strong? Like, oh, well, I have a very high tolerance. And he goes, everyone says that. And I go, I wish I was joking. And he goes, okay, sure, buddy. And I tell him that edibles should be weaker, but I want one of the really strong pre-rolls because I don't do edibles myself. And he, you know, shows me the pre-rolls and such. And I was like, okay, yeah, that one, sure. And when he goes to the edibles, he's saying that, you know, oh, these things are like really good for a party. I'm like, okay, yeah, they're, you know, there's a lot in the package. They're not as strong each. They're good for like an event or something. And he goes, yeah, you know, they're 420 each. And I go, okay, that's kind of funny. It's, you know, 4.20 each, 420 milligrams. You know, that's a fairly weak one, but that's, you know, again, fitting for like a party thing where you just have them out. I go, okay, yeah, sure. Give me that one. And we check out, and the guy was actually shocked as well that I didn't want to participate in their free giveaway of a bunch of marijuana paraphernalia. I was like, I don't do this stuff hardly. Let it go to someone who wants it. Because, well, it's worth like $300. This goes, it's not worth me selling it. I didn't tell him I was from out of state or anything. Because again, he didn't check my fucking ID. He doesn't know I'm out of state. He doesn't know it's going to cost him way more to ship that shit. It's like, I'm just not interested. It's like, I didn't want to tell him any of this stuff. So I just kept telling him I'm not interested. And he was like shocked that I didn't want to enter for this thing. So anyways, we get out into the car, and like I'm looking at the stuffs. Yeah, no, he didn't even check my ID on the way out or anything. It was fucking hilarious. You try mid-rolls to disable the pre-rolls? Oh man, maybe he did. Maybe he did. Shit. I should have asked if he was Jeff Bezos. But yeah, we get out to the car, and I realize those weren't 420, like, you know, 4.20 each. He didn't skip a decimal. They were just 420 milligrams each. Context, a like normal dose for a lot of people is 10. For an edible, that's like a normal dose is 10. These were 420 per gummy. And they were like centimeter cubes. I was like, how in the fuck do you even fit that in there? How is that even possible? Okay, sure, we're gonna give that to Kata. Why not? So we get to the con, like, you know, day one, or like day zero, right? The day before the con starts. Like, you know, just setting stuff out that he's got in, didn't want to be up, totally fair. Next day, we get into the dealer's den, which is its own minor adventure, just because they had a different system for dealer's den this year. But we get into the dealer's den, and I have this in like a black bag with like a bunch of those like vitamin C packets in it, just to be like, hey, you know, vitamin C packets, no one ever has these at cons. Stay healthy. Also, here's some bees, right? Meet up with her, hug, say hi. Like, you know, she got to meet Bun and whatnot. And then I give her the bag, and she opens it up, and she sees the powders first. Go, oh, hey, these are really useful. Holy crap. And then she takes out this big jar, like a long tube. It looks like a container that should be used for like horse pills, right? It's this really long tube with like the security top on it. And she reads it and goes, wait, what the fuck? And I go, hold on, before you say anything. And as I told you guys, I thought he was saying 4.2, not 420, as in it just was 420. And she's like, danger bees. Just instantly danger bees when talking about these things. Because yeah, they were insanely strong. And I kind of just told her, it's like, hey, whenever you want, however you want, nibble them, I don't care. Not my problem, for one. Two, if you do try them at the con, let me know. I want to hang out because I have pre-rolls that are about as strong. Because yeah, the pre-rolls that I have, one of them was 1 gram, which is 1,000 milligrams in the whole thing. Insanity. And the other one is a little bit weaker at about 800 milligrams. These are very big pre-rolls, right? They're not like little things you're supposed to take all at once, I think. But this is shit that like Snoop Dogg would have, I guess. So, yeah. She got Danger Bees. Almost blunt. Yeah, their pre-rolls almost blunts. They were just, they kind of looked like cigars, I'm gonna be honest. Riot. So, at some point during the con as well, I think it might have been day 2 or something, days kind of stop having any meaning at a certain point at conventions. It's just this thing happened, and this thing happened, and this thing happened, and this thing happened. What do you mean order of operations? Just these things happened. Fucking why are you asking questions you don't want to know? So we end up going to Fogo de Chao at some point because they didn't know that there's a Fogo de Chao like nearby, just near the hotel space. So we went up to Fogo de Chao, and on the way, smokes the weaker of the pre-rolls that I had. We didn't even get through the whole thing. I still have the fucking thing even now. I never opened up my other pre-roll. And yeah, it's real good, but it is a place that you go to for special occasions, which, you know what? Hanging out with a bunch of friends at a con, it's worth it, right? That's a good excuse. And it's right there at MFF. Like literally like walking distance of the convention hall. In fact, half the hotels, it's like next door to half the hotels. Yeah, our waiter was super fucking fun too. He was like getting sassy with me as well. Great guy, love him. But yeah, you know, we ate there and we didn't really have too much of the buzz, I don't think. I say that, I didn't have much of the buzz. Everyone else apparently did. And I smoked a lot more than them of it. Bun was telling me to stop. And I was like, okay, one more. And then I stopped. And I still had like nothing, but everyone else apparently did. And one of the last days at the con, we were gonna get together and do like a drawathon thing. Yeah, but everyone had a nice buzz out of it, I think. Except for me, I didn't have a nice buzz. All I got was a rock. So, we, sorry, I'm like trying to think and talk. Yeah, so there's this like, you know, little get together thing that Kata had thrown together on one of the last days of the con. And while there, I guess I'm probably skipping a couple of steps here. I had asked after the Fogo de Chao thing if I could get one of the gummies, because I was going to cut it up and try a little piece of it and be like, what is my tolerance here? What's going on with my tolerance right now? So, also, this is not quite working the way I want, so we're going to do this a little bit differently. So, I get it, and we calculate out that if you cut it up into eighths, it's still insanely strong of a dose. Again, 420 divided by 8, that's 50 fucking milligrams a dose. That's too much for a lot of people. So, what are you saying? I didn't want you to get fucked in a restaurant giving you to know how much you could have. I knew I could have a lot, but I mean, fair to be worried. But yeah, ended up with nothing at that spot. So anyways, I cut this thing up as best I can, and I take a piece that was like maybe like 30 milligrams, and like the next day, you know, got breakfast or whatever, and just the whole time I'm like, I'm waiting for it to hit. I know how edibles go. They're not there until they are, and then it hits. And I was like, there's nothing. It's like, I wasn't saying it aloud because I didn't want to jinx it, but it was like, yep, so far nothing, still nothing, nothing. And at the end of our breakfast, I was like, I don't think anything's going to happen. So went around the rest of the day, and yeah, I was pretty much totally fine. I was like, I don't know if I'm like hungry or have a headache because of like anything we did or because of the edibles, but it was like, I didn't even have a headache. I was just here. I don't know why I said I had a headache. I didn't. So I was like, okay, whatever. So fast forward it back to that get together thing that I was talking about. And I decided to take the biggest piece that I had, which was my rough estimates, 60 to 65 milligrams. I did blow out my back. That's a good point. I did blow out my back. I'm an old man. I blew out my back. Thought THC was supposed to help with body pain. What the fuck? So, yeah. Fast forward back to the this one thing. I like how I started this with a weed story. Then I gotta... Yeah, I took 60 to 65 milligrams, which again, context. That's like 6 times over most people's normal. All right, just so we're all clear here. That is a lot, but I was like, I don't think that I am affected by this at this point, right? I'm just like, I'm confident. I don't feel shit. And while we're there drawing, I was like, oh my God, it's finally hit. Like, finally, there's something. What the fuck? And like, I was trying to describe the sensation to Bunt. I was still very cognizant, but it's like, I could tell this is not standard body. This is not standard me. And the best way that I could describe it was it felt like my brain was slower than the rest of my body. Like if I moved my head, then it felt like my brain was locked in place for like a second behind the rest of my body. Specifically my brain itself. And like, I kept thinking that someone was trying to like show me something on their phone out of the corner of my eyes. And I just realized at certain points, like no one is. Like everyone is just hanging out and drawing and chatting. So I was like, I'm just gonna keep drawing, haha. That's what I get. And I share the slow motion. Okay, fuck yeah, someone else has that. Let's go. Hate the slow motion, got it. It was disorienting. Like I was not much of a fan. I don't think I'll ever do that again. It just didn't seem like, I don't like not being me, right? Like if I had anything else and I felt like I was losing myself as me, I would have had an incredibly bad time. But I was like, nah, I'm still very cognizant of myself. I'm just kind of vibing here. It's like, I don't think I'll want to do this ever again. So had the one experience, but yeah, no, it was that. Thought that someone's trying to show me something. And it was really hard to draw. It was really hard to stay focused on drawing anything. So I just kind of like took out these, the markers that Kata had let me borrow for the con. And I just kind of drew a bunch of shapes because I was like, fuck it. I want to see what abstract shapes I can make with this. Which I still have that. I should probably get a good photo and share that. But yeah, no, it took me 6 times a normal fucking person to feel anything. If that doesn't say anything about my tolerances and how much it takes for me, like my resistance to everything, nothing will. I mean, I knew I was visibly zooted, right? I didn't think I was hiding anything, but I still mentally knew myself. It was like, all right, I'm gonna do this thing because I wanted to do the thing, not because lol's so funny. This seems like I didn't lose myself. I was still in full control of all the stuffs. I'm getting sensory overload. No wonder people in college thought I was a stoner. Honestly, I'm happy that that my experience was able to help you in some way here. It's like, it's just not the best experience. So I'm just, all right, fine. Yeah, now we know my tolerances. Kata still has a jar full of killer bees. I don't know if there was an ending to this story. Other than apparently it takes me way too fucking much to feel anything. And I'm not gonna do that again. It's because there's no point. I also get cold. I get motion sickness. This help you sleep much better. Oh, yeah. And since you take them to sleep, if you get motion sick, that's not going to help at all. gonna have to smoke your shit when I get back. Oh yeah, absolutely. You're gonna get so zooted, Bun. It's gonna be great. We'll have all the munchies prepared. Don't smoke Zay's poop. Yeah, that sounds unhygienic, Bun. What the fuck? So I take and go to bed, then I sleep all night versus waking up many times. I mean, listen, it is, at the end of the day, still a medication that can be used in the proper ways, can still cause a benefit for a lot of people. And I think that's actually really useful. It's like, it really fucking helps you. Fuck yeah. It's like, I don't have much of a use for it at this stage, and that's fine. And I now know that it's not really worth indulging right before it became legal in Minnesota. Or right as it becomes legal in Minnesota. It's why I'm willing to talk about it. It's totally legal in Minnesota for recreational. It's just not legal to sell it quite yet. But you can buy it like over state borders and bring it in. Alright, saving this. Bitboss. Bitboss. Where does this say? Bitboss. This keyboard is slowly driving me insane. And that's why I broke the law, everyone. Yep. And feeding this over to Zia. No, not that one. I double clicked too many times. Bit balls. Bitty balls. Hey, thank you. And putting this into here. Oh yeah, and there's other stuff that happened at the con too. I probably should like talk about other shit that happened at the con. Huh. Might be somewhat relevant. Right. Alright. What the hell was I doing? Oh, that's right. I was like getting started on like a maybe party piece. Anyways, yeah. So, oh wait, they hit fucking harder than they should. Took me to type the same brand, some sound good instead of chocolate bar like M&Ms are weaker. Asked about 6 years. Must say you didn't, because I just didn't like being awake anymore. God, I wonder if the form factor changed the absorption rate. Like, I wonder if it changed up the surface area or something so it dissolved into your body faster. That, or if the like candy coating may have like I don't know, say your body after that. That's, yeah, that's super bizarre. Yikes. Okay. Fuck, what? MFF stuffs. Yeah, so we spent a lot of the time in the dealer's den. And I think next year we're gonna try and have a table at the Artist Alley. Because this year, I normally whenever I'm at a con, the most fun I have is being behind the tables, right? I like working at the tables. I like drawing and having people come up and talk art for a bit, right? I like that. I like that a lot. It's a lot of fun. But I didn't want to be doing that this time because one, it's been like years since I went to a convention at all and I wanted to enjoy the convention. And two, it was Bun's first convention period. And I wanted to like, you know, get to hang out with her and experience the con. So I didn't want to be behind a table the whole freaking time. Oh yeah, maybe you did yoga in your sleep. That's a good idea. Maybe that's what happened. But the Artist Alley was like half empty. In fact, there's actually a really cool fucking thing. So every now and then, Midwest Furfest will add tables to the dealer's den or the artist alley. They don't add very many whenever they do. Or at least they don't, like, you know, every year add more and more and more. Because the balance of how many spaces there are and how many people are selling stuff versus how many people there are to buy things is really fucking important. If a bunch of vendors go to a con and every single vendor gets into the convention, and there's like 1,000 vendors, but there's only 1,000 people who are attending the con otherwise, none of the vendors are going to want to go back to that convention because none of them were able to break even at that con, right? It's just doesn't work out. So every single convention is really hesitant about adding in people, or adding in more tables. And whenever you see the tables added, it's always something you have to be aware of, that a lot of the artists there may not be doing as well. Just because now there's a bunch more people here. Did they balance this correctly? We're going to find out today. It's like, am I going to be able to, like, you know, make enough to come back to the con next year safely, right? Or am I going to make a net loss here? And that's just, you know, the money side of things. If it's like, you know, am I going to be bored shitless because I have nothing to draw all weekend? That's a totally different thing. So they added like 50 new tables to the artist alley. And in fact, we never saw those tables filled. The last day was when we saw the most number of people in the artist alley, and there were still like 20 tables left that no one had claimed. So everyone was getting in the artist alley. And everyone I talked to did really fucking well in the artist alley. In fact, all the people that I talked to in the dealer's den was doing actually pretty freaking well. So like, it was a really good year for artists. It was a really good year for artists, almost across the board. I think there's going to be more artists next year. If for no other reason, then I'm talking about this, right? I'm not going to be the only one talking about this. People are going to be saying, oh yeah, I went to the MFF and there was a free table. So I said, fuck it. I grabbed a table. It was really fun. I did really well. I'm going to try for it next year. Right? Like that's just going to be happening. People are going to be talking about, you know, them having a table. We're going to talk about how many empty tables there are to their art friends, say, oh, you should try for it. There was a ton of tables. Everyone did really well. So next year, again, we're going to have to gauge, is this still working out really well? Are they going to have to limit the number of spaces because they didn't fill them all last year? Like what, we're going to have to see a little bit, but I strongly think there's going to be more artists next year. But it's so encouraging to see this because whenever this happens, whenever there is like a bunch of empty tables, and we saw this, Sensible can attest to this, you get people doing it for the first time. You get people who just have a sketchbook and they are like, I guess I'll grab a table then. And they sit down with a table with like a little piece of paper that says what their prices are. And they just work on stuffs there. And that's their first experience. And it's such a chill experience. They didn't go there to get a table. They didn't go there to sell art. They went there to attend the convention and they just so happened to try this as well. And so they got experience. And they actually, from what I could hear, did pretty well. So they got a positive experience. And now they got a chance to see, okay, what's it look like on the other side? What's it look like to sign up for this thing? Is this scary for me to try and do next year? Or is this scary for me to try and do at a smaller convention? One that might be closer to me, right? It's just, I love seeing it. I fucking love seeing this shit. Because that was me. In fact, I found the old photo of me at my very first Artist Alley table. In fact, hold on. I'm gonna try and find this real quick and put this in the media channel. Oh my god, where the fuck is this thing? I think it's in my screenshots. Found it! Discord, come on. The share function on Discord, like, has stopped working for me. No, don't take a photo of the floor. All right, I put it in the media channel. I'll pull it up on here. Oh, it's Baby Zay. It's very Baby Zay. I think this is in 2016 as well. Yeah, this is 2016, I think. I wasn't even Shark yet. That's Fox. Chop some wood because it's cold. I want a warm house. Do so. Get your warm house. Yeah, no, and my prices were even like, fuck it, I just want to have stuff to do here. So it was like literally $10 for a full color piece. I just didn't even care. It looked like I was 16, but I wasn't. Yeah, I'm pretty certain this is 2016. Eating them all. But you know, this was me. And this is what so many other people looked like. It was so great seeing them just like set up a fucking little, like just a bunch of shit. My hair still curls like that if it's short. It still will do that. Grrr. But yeah, but no, the artist, like, we went around the dealers then a lot just because, God, there were so many dealers. Bun could not stop finding freaking plushes. Like, so many fucking plushes. It's great. And, God, what? I need them all. And more. But open up commissions. Just the plush fund. Yeah, I was tempted to open up commissions today, but like, art is just not vibing with me right now. It's like, even party is just being such a pain in the ass to try and draw. It's like I'm trying to get these poses that I enjoy, and it's just none of them are really not vibing with any of them. But yeah, and I saw a bunch of people that I knew in the artist alley that I didn't follow anybody. I'm not in the same social circles. So I didn't know who all was going to be at the con. And I got to see a couple of people, including one that I could tell instantly who this was. I am face blind, and so I can't tell instantly who people are. But he had a thing on his table from when I last saw him many years ago. And it is Tiku, who is a woodworker. And apparently the last time he was at an MFF was the last time I was at an MFF. And he is a wood carver, and he would make all these like little wooden trinkets and carvings and such. And I have a wood carved feather quill. Like, it is a inkwell feather quill, and it works. And it is a giant feather carved out of wood. And it is still very light and is so fucking detailed and ornate. And he had a bunch of like the beta like feathers there. I was like, so I walked up and went like, how long has it been? And he goes, Zazar! I was like, I know you! And so we both instantly recognized each other. And I found out, you know, he was away, not working on the carving stuffs. In fact, he was just kind of attending the convention because he had like, you know, a break in his schoolwork. Because now he makes instruments. He was working on a fucking violin in the artist alley. He had the entire setup to carve a fucking violin. And he was actively carving a violin. And he had an example of a violin that he had carved and a cello behind him that he had carved himself. And they sounded beautiful. And what's weird about this was I heard someone playing a fucking violin earlier, and I was like, oh, that's funny. Someone just has a violin. No, it was him playing a fucking violin behind the table. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, it turns out he lives near like the best school in the country for for carving instruments, making instruments. So he's just taking classes there to just learn how to carve instruments now. It's like, oh, that fits That fits for you so well. Just randomly get into shit like this. Just a heads up for this person as well. They are someone who taught me how to juggle. They were a jester at a Renaissance fair, like a all summer long Renaissance fair that they like were there for all summer. And like, oh God, I remember they went from that to something else. And that's when I kind of like pretty much lost contact with them. They were kind of not online a lot. But like, this is the type of person who just kind of goes with the flow and kind of just ends up in a bunch of places doing a bunch of things. So the fact that I saw them at MFF carving a fucking violin in the artist alley is one of the least surprising things I could have expected to see from them. It's like, that's just fantastic. God, I'm trying to think of all the stuff that happened, but like, it's just such a busy weekend of so much stuffs that it's really hard to try and place anything correctly. Very shapely, I like it. Well, it's not much of a head. Yeah. This is what I'm bad about with conventions. Oh! I did get a bun set as well at the same time. I did get one very curious thing. Wow. You're not much of a head. Yeah, right. Saw a lion head from the side. Oh, nope. Nope, sorry. I don't know why I'm taking this out. I don't have my camera on. I can't show you guys this. I got something that I think is a big deal. And this is kind of an odd thing to say. I kind of want to turn on the camera for this, but I won't right now. It's called a GIF badge. GIF, GIF badge. GIF badge. And it's a curious little thing. It is basically just a round screen that you can upload a GIF to or digital image to, and it displays it. So you can use it, you can use digital art as a badge. And it's like a 3D printed frame, and on the back it has embossed in it version 0.3, and the person who sold it was very clear. This is like the first time they're sold to the public. They've been working on this stuff for a while because it wasn't the person who was making them that I was talking to. Found out later they're actually at the con, so I might have actually seen them at some point. Oh well. But like, you know, they're still kind of in early access stuffs, but it's working more than well enough to want to sell it and try to get people's opinions on it and try to get feedback on it. I went, you know what? I'm willing to buy in for this because I saw a lot of potential in the item. And after using it for a bit, I had a lot of complaints. And I kind of was actually talking with others about it and being like, all right, what, like, you know, try to work this thing. How turn this thing on, try to navigate the menus, try to figure out how to upload stuffs to it. And it's very much a beta piece, right? Very much a beta piece. And so I was kind of going, I think I could make a better one. So I did a little bit of research and went, I'm going to contact the person first. Because after like learning more on the device, I feel like it might just be easier to just try and correct them than it is to try and make my own competing product. So I contacted the person. And I basically messaged them on Blue Sky and went, hey, can I, like, is it possible for me to DM you? Or like, you know, is there some place I can just kind of prattle off stuffs? I got to use the gift badge for the first time and I have some feedback for you. And he was super, super wanting to hear it, right? It's like, this is the shit he wanted. I gave him a fucking essay. Like, I gave him a legit fucking essay on this item. Because I don't think it's worth it right now. For anyone who had the idea, who like heard, oh, a badge that lets me show digital art at cons and such, and don't get it yet. Just full stop. But I wonder if I can pull up this chat just so I can say a little bit of what I'd found. God, I have to fucking scroll for this thing. Yeah, the UI is really slow and sluggish. It felt like it took like a half second to register any button press that I had. I didn't know how to turn it on or how to turn it off. Like, I didn't know how. Arbok! Get in the ball, Val! God damn it! Val! No! No! Who got Val? Who got Val? Goop! You are my enemy now. I can't believe you do this to me.
Sucking on
No! We're not sucking on chili dogs. I don't have Val.
Sucking on a dog, sucking on a chili dog.
How dare you? Anyways, I was talking about, yeah, like sluggish UI, couldn't know how to turn on or off. The only way to load anything on it was an SD card. You had to take the SD card out of the side of it, which was so recessed into the circular frame that I couldn't press it to take it out. So I had to use a like pen to get the SD card out. And then I had to upload stuff to the SD card and then put it back in and then load it onto the device. This is what was told to me at the event. And this is what was on their website. Like, you know, it has an SD card for loading stuffs on. Treat Val well or else I will beat you up. And I will win. You has a chili dog. So, as well, it has a lot of technical issues. Like, in order to load anything onto it, again, SD card, from my device, which is the mini size is what I got, which is only like, the screen size is 1.25 inches big or something like that. It's not very big, but it has to be exactly 240 pixels. Like, if it's literally 241 by 241, it will not display the image. Full stop. It will just say too big. Can't do it. Not possible. Like, literally, it says on the screen, white background, black text, image too big. But there was like no user guide in it for how to work this device or anything. Like, it charged with USB-C, which, you know, that's kind of nice. But, you know, it's only so helpful when you still got to use an SD card to load the thing. It's like, yeah. God, I literally have this thing up. I probably should actually look around with it. Whoop. Okay, so, and probably the biggest thing, and the reason why I'm so excited about this thing, even though I have so many complaints with it, right? Oh, by the way, turns out you can load things onto it with USB-C. It doesn't stay on the website, but you can absolutely just load stuff directly onto it through USB-C. You don't need to take the SD card out at all. Not even needed. Which made my life infinitely easier. Didn't say on the website. I tried it just as a lark. Just because. And I made sure I told them that as well. But the reason why I actually really like this thing and I want it to fucking succeed, and the reason why I contacted him and basically chatted with him about all the stuff for a bit here, was there is something missing at conventions. For anyone who has not attended a convention, or anyone who is, especially anyone who's not sold art at a convention, the number one thing that sells at conventions, bar none, beyond the shadow of doubt, the number one thing that sells at conventions is at con badges. Because people want to get a badge for the con from the con that they wear at the con. It's the thing you'll see sold out at places the most, or you'll see people get a commission and they'll ask for it to be made into a badge format, and then there's a laminator station and they'll go and get it laminated. In fact, the Artist Alley had a fucking station to laminate stuffs. You pay the con a slight fee for the laminator sheet, and you can get a piece laminated there because it's so common. But a lot of artists don't do traditional work anymore. Like, if they're at a convention selling art, most of the time what you see is they have like take-home digital arts, or maybe they have a little tablet they're working on, but like they can't print it there, and it'll be shit quality if they print it, because where are you gonna get it printed at fucking UPS or something? And so like, yeah, I'm gonna go to Staples and get my commission printed out. And even then, you'd have to have it done for them at the con there, and then you have to get it to them, then they have to go and get it laminated and everything. Yeah, go to Kinko's. Yeah. So digital art doesn't do as well at conventions. It definitely sells. I'm not saying it doesn't do well, but it's not the big ticket thing. It's not the thing that people are going to a convention for. They're going there for something kind of unique. They can get a digital art piece from you online, but they want something here. They want something for the con. And that's something that digital artists can't really provide. Not in the same way that a traditional artist can. And a digital artist can go there with like a bunch of traditional tools and can still make a really good product, but like, they're the digital artist there, right? So you always wonder, am I getting the best thing I can get here? So what something like the gift badge can do is, if it's something that's easy to load a art piece onto and easy to display something onto, such that an artist who has not handled one before can get handed one and told, can you put that art piece on here? And they can load it on there quickly and easily. Digital art is now a badge. It's literally called a gift badge. The bigger one of it is like a 3-inch round. It's a rather big circle that absolutely works for a badge. It's more than big enough. And it's a bright screen, and it lasts for 12 hours, they say, on battery charge. More than enough time for a day at the con, and you can charge it overnight. So if it's easy to load onto, not fiddly, it's simple to understand, UI makes sense, obviously the artist feels safe fucking loading stuff onto it, suddenly that makes something that was completely unavailable before now available. And on top of that, let's say I'm an artist and I'm trying to sell digital art at a con. I know that badges do really well. Then I can just bulk order a bunch of these things, maybe pay like, a bit less per item than if I bought them outright from him, and then sell them with one of my art pieces bundled in. It's like, hey, if you want to buy a digital art piece from me, you can also get the badge to go with it. It only costs blank. It's a combo, right? I'm selling both these together. And suddenly I have a sale. Oh my God. That's actually a really good question. I can't remember. Hold on. I think it says on their specs. Oh, wait, no, I think it says inside the thing. There it is. Oh, it doesn't say what style the screen is. The website is giftbadge.ca, I think. Hold on a second. Giftbadge.ca, yeah. So if people want to take a look, but again, I don't think it's worth getting them yet. Just outright. Oh, it doesn't say what the thing is on there. Oh yeah, it doesn't say what style the screen is. Okay, yeah, that's actually really important. That needs to be said. Huh. Alright. Okay. Fair shout. I actually don't know. And I honestly don't know how to easily tell by looking at it. Just looking at it. Anyways. But yeah. If it's easy for someone to work this thing, suddenly digital art becomes a very viable thing for an artist to sell at a convention. And a big problem with digital art that a lot of people kind of don't fully realize until you fix it and then you're like, oh shit. There's no way to bring it into your physical space. Like through VR stuff, absolutely, you can decorate your rooms and such in VR with all the lovely digital art that you've gotten over the years. But like, you print it out and it's not nearly as good quality. Like, I have the little digital picture frame. I know what I know what having the the stuffs in the real space is like. But like, it's so easy to get a digital art piece and just kind of not ever look at it again, or very rarely look at it again, unless you set it as your like phone background or something. So to have a badge that you can, and it has a cycling thing where you can cycle through all of the art pieces on it and be like, yeah, this is, you know, here's a bunch of the art I have in my character. That's really fucking cool. That's actually a really powerful tool. It's like, you no longer have to pick like, all right, I have to find a traditional artist that can do something that I want to, that can draw my character well enough, and that I like the look of their art well enough, and is available, and can get me a con badge like for this con. It's like, no, you can find digital artists who, you know, they might be a lot more comfortable with doing gradients and such, and then get it printed out for your stuff right there. It's like, that's unique. That's really unique. Is it the first time that people have wore a screen on themselves and walked around a con? Absolutely not. You've seen the proto-gen faces. Like, those things are fucking intense. You've seen the backpacks with like big LED displays on them. But like, it's not like, you know, a little thing. It's just like a screen and shows all the little details for it. It's like, that's unique. And so that's what I was really trying to hit home with them. It's like, I am saying all this negative stuff because I actually think that this is something that would properly change how a lot of people not just sell at conventions, but attend conventions and interact with other people at conventions. So long as it's easy to use, easy to understand, that's kind of all you need. Like, any extra features are just that, extra features, but you kind of sold a lot of people on it just by letting them display all their favorite arts. And one thing that I actually had said at the time was that the really small screen is like super detrimental. Like, again, mine is like 1 1/4 inches big. It's not a badge. I can't say my name on this. I can't have like Sona's face and say Zazar on it. In fact, it's round. Unless I put it right smack dab in the middle, I have to like know the aspect ratio of this thing perfectly in order to make it fit right. Wolfenstein, thank you so much for the party. I hope you're having a lovely day today. What were you up to? Tell us all about it. Sorry for kind of the weird stream today. I'm like figuring stuff out. I haven't been live in like, it feels like 2 months. It's definitely not been 2 months, but I'm just kind of taking a chance to draw and chat with people's art like you. Do you have a chance to share some of your art? I kind of want to see what you're working on, if you can, if you feel confident and comfortable. Yeah, I'm literally just trying to sketch out this character right now, this character, just because, and we're talking about like MFF and stuff like that. For an auction item, it was fun. A pin badge with the last convention mascot they made. Yeah, see, like, that's really fucking cute. Yeah, no, a digital badge for a convention is like absolutely a fantastic thing. And what's funny was, like, a lot of the complaints that I had, which he actually took all the advice that I gave, all the feedback I gave really, really well. And I actually had mentioned, like, I don't know why it's a circle. Like, it just looks like you took a watch LCD and used that. But like, the circle is really hard to account for if I'm doing art at a con. If it's something that like I set up beforehand, it's totally fine. But the fact that it's that I'm imagining this as done at a con, because these aren't cheap pieces of tech, right? This little one cost me $80, but I was like, I'm buying it. I'm in. I need to see how this thing works. I need to see how well this thing works, because that's a huge potential. But like, you can't really, I don't think that's going to sell online too well. That's something that sells at a con. So it's like, what is it? Sells at a con with words, impulse buys. Oh yeah, it did do animation. Yes, Bun. It did play animation. I did have to resize the animation down to fit the size. It would not play the animation if it was bigger than 240 by 240. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. In fact, actually, when I say perfectly 240 by 240, I do mean it. If I uploaded something that's 200 by 200, it put black bars on it. I mean, we weren't able to load anything on it, or like before, so. But, you know, Sona's Poland ball. Oh man, my Voltorb Sona would fit so well on this. Yeah, I brought up that it was a square and that's kind of a weird size, or it's a circle and it's kind of a weird size. And I brought up like, you know, making a variation of this, even one that comes out later that's like, you know, square or rectangular, so that way the aspect ratio of that artists are used to will work better, is probably a good option to have. And he goes, well, there's no reason I can't make it square. The software should be able to handle that just easily. And I was just kind of thinking when I read that, I don't know why you went for a circle first. Yes, I'm going to make a screen that lets people wear a badge at a con. I'm going to make it a circle. That's like, huh. I guess a lot of icons are circles on places, so it might have been where the thought process was, but you can't call it a gift badge. Because then you want it to be a badge, and it is not usable as a badge. Full stop. Like, I basically told them, you're going to have to change the name if you keep it as a circle. Like, it does not serve the purpose for a badge. If at all. It's just so difficult to do all the badge stuffs that you need. And it's too annoying for artists to have to set that up as well. You know, you hand the gift badge off to an artist and say, hey, I need you to make an art piece for this thing. It has to be exactly this ratio or else it doesn't work. Exactly this size or else it doesn't work. And account for the fact that it's round, but also make it a badge. It's like, okay, you're getting charged extra because of all the rules on this fucking piece of tech. But as well, the size, you know, the bigger one, you can make that one work. Right, it sounds like a nightmare. And that's basically what I straight up told them. Hello! Hello, shark. Oh, yes. All right, let's see. Let's see. Ooh. Yeah, that's cool. I love all the folds in the clothes. Jester hats are fun. I dig it. Fuck yeah. Yeah, fellow artist. Putting your tablet away. I mean, that's totally fair. Honestly, you just rated me. You're allowed to go like take a break or whatnot. In fact, you just finished a stream. If you need to go rest up, like, please do so. Just you know, just saying. But yeah, no. It looks like all of my advice was taken to heart. I don't know how much stuff is gonna get like changed or adjusted or fixed or modified. But is that stage of development where all input was good input? You can engineer that works with artists, make screen devices, company with a tool lets you make anything compatible, like a website profile picker gives you a crop tool. Yep. And I was telling him as well, like, at the very least, in the device files, put a template for the artist to use. Like, there's no reason that you shouldn't have everything be as easy as possible for anyone using this device. And again, for people who missed this earlier, it says straight up on the case of this thing, it's version 0.3. It is nowhere near done. And I bought it knowing this. Gift badge. They don't even have everything on their website yet for all the documentation or like a lot of other stuff, actually. It's in such an early stage. Yeah, early 2000 tech with proprietary disk included. Ugh. Yeah, and it can't be that, actually, because if this is going to work at conventions, I can't hand it to an artist and say, hey, take this home with you and download the software on it. Or go, hey, you don't know what this thing is. You've never seen it before. I need you to go on your work PC and download this program from this website so you can crop a thing to fit in it. I'm like, that will not work. I would not do that. And I know this device. I will not do that. Oops, wrong button. But yeah, if nothing else, absolutely nothing else of this device. And it's something I actually phrased to him as well. It is an insanely good accessory, even as it is right now for me. Very good accessory piece, because it's not that big. It is a 1.5 inch big screen. It is a circular format, and it displays stuff well enough. It is bright. I attach it to my bag. It was easy to notice, and it works insanely well as an accessory piece. In fact, as I had told him, it's got the "where's a Tamagotchi" as a fashion statement vibe, which I unironically fucking love when you think of it this way. Like, yeah, this is a little fashion accessory thing that lets me show off my Sona, or lets me show off like animations or such that I want to display, and then like you can hold down a button on it to just pull up a set image. So it's like, yeah, here's a QR code to go to like my website or something. That 1,000 times over. It does this beautifully. Anyways, I may have broken the device. I may have actually broke it. Actually, let me try and turn it on to see if it turns on. In the middle of formatting my message to him, I may have bricked it. Yeah, it's not turning on. Oh, you're not getting a fire? Dang it. Aw, that sucks. Yeah, no, I think it's bricked. Actually try and plug this thing in for a moment. Even if I turned on my camera, $80 brick. And I was telling him all this as well. Like, I did a full breakdown of what I was doing, how it worked, and what's going on with it. In fact, I told him that I was gonna see for certain if it's broken or not before I really get back to him, but I haven't really played around too much with it since then. Yeah, I think I broke it. So anyways, what happened for me was I was trying to load images to it through the USB-C port, and it just kind of turned off. Like, it was just kind of like, no, fuck you, and shut off. I was like, okay, that's kind of odd. And when I went to unplug it, it said, update in progress, -1%. I went, oh, that's not right. So I was able to turn it off, and I turned it back on, and it was fine, right? It displayed the GIF totally fine. It displayed everything just fine. And I later on, like, plugged it in to change out some files on it, because again, I'm testing this thing, right? I'm putting it through its paces, I'm trying out different files, different formats, all the normal stuffs. And I unplug it, and it says same thing. Like, it didn't even black screen or anything. It was just, I safely ejected device, unplugged it, and it changed the screen from the USB connection symbol to update in progress, -1%. And I was like, okay, turn it off, turn it back on. Works just fine. Okay, consistent way to make it work. There's clearly an error when it comes to unplugging it from a computer. I made sure I noted that for informing him when I went to message. I sang him, actually. I realize this, I don't know. I'm just kind of assuming based on the look of the Sona and icon, but I should adjust myself to them for this. So I and while I'm formatting the message, like, again, this is a long ass message for them. I turn it off, turn it back on again to like confirm, oh, and was that thing loading on that correctly before I say something wrong in the message? And it didn't turn on. Like, the screen was just black and it would not turn on. So, and the screen felt warm. And it was like, okay, but it was just running earlier, so I guess, that makes sense. There in the thing was a temperature gauge, like in the device info, it's a temperature reading. So I guess that's something that, they're aware of, that it could overheat. So they have a way to see the heat internally. okay. So I gave it a bit to cool down, and it didn't cool down. It's like, well, that's odd. And later on, like in the message, I'm like, it's really hard to get the thing open. Like, I don't know if it's supposed to come open, but like, if it is easy to open, you can switch out the cases and have it be customizable. And if it's easy to open, you can just put the SD card inside, so you don't have to have the SD card be outside and confuse people like me who thought that that's the only way to access it because I was told that was the only way to access it, and I didn't think to try otherwise because I was directly told that that was the only way to access it, was through just removing the SD card. Stop setting my tech on fire? I know. So they tell me that like it's actually really easy to get apart. I just need to use a bit more force than what I was using. I didn't want to break it, right? It was an $80 piece of tech. Open it up, and one of the chips inside was still warm as fuck. Like, uncomfortable to hold my finger on it, warm as fuck. And I go, that's a problem. So I unplugged the battery, and I pointed out which chip it was, and they go, oh, that's the processor. Oh, it might just be like stuck in a loop right now. That's really weird. And, you know, now they're aware, you know, when you have a beta piece of tech, sometimes, you know, it just can bork, and you need to report everything that happens. So yeah, it looks like there's a bit of an issue with it trying to update when plugged into my computer. And now it just doesn't turn on. I'm pretty certain that it has like overheated itself to death. It did turn on a little bit for a while. If I plug the battery back into it, I can turn it back on. Like, it works when I plug the battery back into it. But if I ever connect it to my computer, it does the boot looping. I guess it's boot looping or something. And it just will not power on. So, that's like 90% what I think was happening. It might be something else, I don't know. So I'm gonna... It hated what you put on it that much. Bun, the things I put on it was a 200 by 200 image just to test that 200 works. A 240 by 240 to see what the detail and resolution was. One of my paintings, I cropped a 240 to see the detail on it. And then the animation of us, the one brain cell. And it hated it. Fucking hated it. So, yeah, don't put one brain cell animations on the gift badge. It's like, I am genuinely willing to reach out to them and be like, hey, whenever you get a version to like test and put in someone's hands, like, I'm more than willing to test it and probably break it, but like for the betterment of the tech. I gave it a single brain cell. I've had a fire. The left side of the wood is burning. Hey, that's half more than you had before. Oh, my throat's sore. I don't know if it's because I'm talking really strongly all the time, or just because I'm talking a lot. Eventuality warm is still good warm. It's just warm for later. You know what? I'm gonna real quick actually try and open this thing up again and see if it will turn on when I do the battery thing. Okay, I unplugged it from the computer, so it should have enough charge to at least be able to turn on, and it does not. Where's that thing? 1 second. I'm gonna actually do this. I'm doing this live because I am curious. It's on my brain. Where did I put the screwdriver? Where the fuck is that screwdriver? I just realized, when is the next, the ad break? Oh, right now. Okay, that's perfect timing then. 1 second. Okay, well, gotta get to the sub. I'm gonna keep the mic on. I'm literally just gonna open up this tech for anyone who has ads. Terribly sorry, I did not notice the time. I had my other screen was on something else. Okay, taking out the battery. Putting the battery back in. I really need to make that win command that tells me when there's a ad playing. Or when there's about to be an ad playing. Ah! I dropped the button. Got this whole out. Oh, you thought it was because you left it. Oh, sorry. No. Not this time. Yeah, it's borked. It's not even turning on now. Okay. Well, I will have to report the bork. There's a lot of stuff crammed in such a tiny space. Alright, how long? Okay, sweet. No ads now. Yay. Sorry again about that. I was just opening up the device to see if it is working or not, and it is no longer working. So yep, I borked it. There is an error with mine. I'll have to report this in. Tell them I'm willing to test this shit in the future too. Because I want there to be a final version that I can buy, right? I wanted to get to that point. Pocket the screwdriver. Let's get back to art. The cursor, there's my cursor. That's the color. Here's the line work. Ah! But yep. I'm trying just to turn off pre-roll ads and see how well that does with the stream. Because if I had the choice, I would just disable ads entirely. But even if I was an affiliate, I think they would still, or if I wasn't an affiliate, they would still play ads on my stream. It's just now I have the choice of when it plays. Instead of pre-rolls and other things. Blah, 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 blah. Yep, I bought a badge and I broke a badge. Oh yeah, and the last day of the con, we went around the artist alley. And that's where I met Hanawin, the one who had drawn this, and their partner, which I should have their name over here actually, because now I'm kind of curious. Wyvern, W-Y-V-I-R-Y-N, Wyvern. Yeah, met them, and commissioned them. That's why I have that party piece. And the Wyvern piece will be later on. But apparently we made a very strong impact on them, because they were like still talking about how awesome us stopping at their table was. Like they were mentioning that a lot to me in DMs. Apparently. I don't know. We're just such a strong influence. Not to be mean or anything about the guy's device, but I feel like I could buy a mini digital picture frame, 3D print something, put guts and lantern and wear it around. Probably. Like, the reason why I want this tech to succeed is because I want it to be as easy to use as possible for anyone. Because buying like a mini digital picture frame, 3D print something, put the guts in, like it's so many steps that not a lot of people can do. And like, I'm certain I could have a similar device too. But I don't think I could hand that to an artist at a con and say, hey, like, put the art on this, and be confident that they can. It is an item that if it was sold and had like a market appeal, it actually can change how artists work in conventions. It has to be a good device, and it has to be a popular device. Hell, it doesn't have to be a popular device for it to be useful to so many people. Yeah, exactly. Like, you can DIY literally anything, but making them usable for everyone is what's really important. And right now, this thing is 3D printed. The case is 3D printed. That's because it's version 0.3. In fact, if he did get like full cases made for this, I would have told him he wasted his fucking time and money, because here's issues with the case, right? I had direct issues with the case style, and I had suggestions for improvements. And by the way, all the complaints that I had for him also had a here's how I would like it fixed as well, because that's called good advice. It's not just feedback. I want this thing to be fucking successful. And hell, when it's fully made, it's probably not going to be $80. At least, well, that'd be my hope. That'll be something that's later on. Right now, it's get the tech working. Then later, it's how can we make it work enough? It's like, what scale do we have to make things at to make it fit a certain price point? We can't hit that price point. Okay. What can we do? And that's a discussion for later on. Right now, it's fix it. Make it usable for everyone. Because yeah, if I was an artist at Artist Alley or Dealer's or something and get handed the hell, probably this even, with a 3D printed case and such, I would be very worried about plugging that into my laptop or my tablet or my work PC. It's something that looks like a totally legit thing. It'd be like, okay, I can look up this device and it looks a lot more legitimate. And then I can be willing to upload stuffs to it. And then, say they become a popular device, then fuck yeah. More people know it. And then people can DIY their own that work really well. And as long as they're the only ones doing it, be like 200. I mean, fair. Thanks, if someone that provides technical solutions, we appreciate your critique like that. Not, I want this to be tailored to me when I ask for feedback about a general solution. I started my feedback with saying how I imagined this thing being used, and all of my advice further on will be based on this assumption, where I think this would be the most popular and most prevalent. If this does not line up with what your expectations of the device is, or what your goals for the device are, then keep that in mind, that this would not, then these complaints may not strictly apply. Like, I literally started it with just saying, here's what I think this thing is good for. Yeah, because I've received the complaints otherwise. It's like anyone can tailor something for them exactly. There's a reason why I was the critique guy in college. Ugh. Also, one of the reasons why I actually wanted the case to be changed, not just to put the SD card internally, but like I wanted to be easy to swap out the case. Because imagine this thing with fucking custom cases. Like, you know, it just that'd be so fucking fun. As I was telling them as well, it's like fucking I would love to see this thing with looking like Digivices. Like Digimon Digivices. Because they're like the same size as a Digivice. The minis are the same. It's like a slam dunk. It's a digital badge that looks like a fucking Fuck yes, please. Make the cases easy to swap out. Sell custom cases. Let people customize their shit. But like, sell limited run custom cases. You win too here. Because, you know, a big issue with tech like this is what happens when everyone has one. Like, there's no one else to sell it to. Well, sell customs. Sell custom stuffs. I don't even think I would use the Digivice one, but I want it. I just want it. I want it as an option. And I even offered to them to print stuffs, or if they wanted to send me the file, I could even print stuffs on my resin printer and send it over for them to try on the devices. But they didn't respond to that one at all, so yeah, that's fair. But since mine is bricked, I am going to message them and ask if they want it, because I can't use it. It's bricked, and might as well be like in the hands of someone who could, one, either fix it, or two, know what's wrong so it doesn't happen to anyone else. I care more that it doesn't happen to anyone else than mine being fixed. Just full stop. It's like, I knew it was version 0.3. It can break. That's what happens when you buy into a tech thing early. I understand it. I kind of wish it wasn't. It didn't brick as easily as it did, because I didn't really do anything weird to it. Feel bad for anyone else who got one and it stopped working for them, but like, I more so just don't want it to happen to other people. It's like, I don't attend conventions that much. My G3 Digivice case with embedded card readers, swipe cards as a dealer with a plugin that makes your character do money, rain, gun animation, the payment clears. God. And like, an idea that they actually really liked was limited release artist runs. It's like, you know, work with an artist to get a, you know, hey, yeah, on, you know, on their website or whatever, we're selling this badge. It's got this custom case on it that we worked with this artist to make. We only have like 200 of them that we're going to be selling. And preloaded on it is like a handful of like the best art that they've made or something, right? Or just like art custom to the thing, or like this animation that's designed for it. But like, imagine if you extend that idea further, where you could add in other features to it. Would that be very easy to do? God, no. But if you're doing it for a limited run thing, yeah, make them work well enough and see what the fuck happens. It's like, the sky's the limit when you have a device like this. And the sky truly is the limit when it becomes an everyday thing. If you can expect to see these at cons, like, you know, let's say they work really well, they're super successful or whatever, and you expect to see them at cons, you can do a lot with it. Or NFC magnet proximity sensor module plugin lets you tap badges together to exchange contact info, make it able to do type 5 the side of the screen. God, I would love all that shit, but God, that would be such hell to do, and such hell to like add in your characters for it. It's like, all right, here you have to make this animation play whenever you connect with someone else. It's like, I'm never going to connect with someone else. Why do I have, I'm just going to leave this, it's like, the current idea they have where there's the middle button, which just turns it on off basically, and then the up and down button. If you hold the up or down button, they display a static image that you assign. So currently what they have what they suggest is a, oh my gosh, a QR code on one of the buttons for your contact info, or just to say your contact info. It's like, yeah, you know, Blue Sky, Zazar draws, right? Or no, I'm just Zazar and Blue Sky. It's like, that does most of the work. It's just, it's not as fancy. It's not as cool as that. Yeah, you're suggesting a whole framework ecosystem for it, and I'm just over here like, I just want the tech to work. Version 0.3. That's like version 3 level stuffs you're thinking of. Yeah, right. QR codes are squares, so I have to make it not round. Like, you can make it small enough to fit inside the circle really well, and it would be a high enough resolution where the QR code is not lost. But you gotta account for it being round if you're uploading a QR code to it. And some of the more simpler things that I had suggested that actually would fix a lot of other people's issues, inevitably people's issues with this, is I had suggested to put examples on it. Because right now, it's not loaded with anything. There's no images on it. There's not even a text file of how to work it. There's not even a quick start guide in the packaging. So I was like, hey, put example images. Even if it's like your Sona or something, like, you know, your, like, or just like a mascot for the gift badge. Because then people will know what it looks like. And there could be a QR code that links to a tutorial or quick start guide on your website. And people will know what a QR code should look like when they open up the files and they find that QR code file and swap it out with their own contact info. Then they'll know what it looks like and they know what to format it to look like. Use PCB with HAT or GPIO pens in the library for them could be doable. Well, I'm not thinking of it so much as an issue of the tech supporting the features. I know that those things are fairly simple. I mean, it would make the tech more expensive and probably more difficult to manufacture it. But, you know, if you do it at scale enough, you sell enough of them, you could make a penny on each and still turn a profit eventually. Not that I'd ever recommend that for any genuine business. My issue is on the creative side of things, because I always think of this device beginning, middle, end, the artists who have to work on it at conventions. I actually put very little thought into the people who are buying it for the first time. Like, you just put a simple start guide and people will play around with it and customize it to how they need, right? They see someone else using it and they want one. They see someone else using it, they know what it can do because they've seen someone else using it. It's like, I feel like it's more so the artists who are at a artist alley or dealer's den who will have to deal with this tech. That is where my mind always is. So yeah, I figure you're talking dev stuff's allowed. I guess I just wanted to say why I'm like, at the idea of custom animations that you have your character doing stuffs and, like, you know, sharing contact info with it. And it's like, granted, that actually does serve a purpose to be able to share contact info through, like, an, you know, a near field communication, like, tap or anything like that. Because, like, always assume that no one has internet at a con floor. Something I actually had mentioned a lot in that message, because there was a card that went to their website that had the quick start guide on there, and I basically outright said, yeah, I didn't use that the entire con, so I paid $80 for something that had no use for the convention. Granted, I got home, I played around with it, I had time and energy. I got home and I played around with it, and I found the site, and I, you know, did all the stuffs, figured out how it all worked. But here I was using it for the first time, and I couldn't. So it's like, you know, having a contact thing just to be like tap contact. It's like, yeah, I've shared all the info with you. That actually has a purpose. That does have a purpose. And it would be really nifty. But yeah, I think that's like a version 3 thing. Yeah. Conventions are not a nice place for tech like that. I mean, fuck, the thing has to be able to, like, be dropped from... Jeez. It has to be able to be dropped from handheld height, at least, and then maybe kicked across the floor, and suffer very little, if no damage, right? Like, the screen can't get scratched by doing that, because if it's attached to your bag or attached to your shirt or something, and it falls off the clip, or the clip falls off and hits the ground, someone kicks it, it's like, without realizing it, congrats, you just scuffed up the screen, right? No, prevent that. Make that as impossible as possible. As impossible as it can be. The carry case is a bit null. I don't think it's going to be a carry case. I saw them working on a insert for the carry case that houses all of the stuffs needed for it. I feel like it's more of a selling case, but it's small and easy to put into your bag so you can bring it home for the first time and like look through the documents in it, look through the information available in the little pouch. But as it is right now, it was literally a carrying case that just had the gift badge in it and a micro SD to SD card adapter in it. That was it. I was like, that's not that helpful. Like, I have it just to store it while home, but like, if done right, you attach this thing to a bag you carry with you to cons or to your lanyard, and it never leaves that lanyard other than to charge it, right? So the carrying case kind of doesn't do anything once you get home with it, unless you have stuff with it. And if they do stick with the SD card is easily accessible so you can load stuff onto it directly through that, then having the carrying case have a, you know, the SD card reader would be really nice. Modifying the case so that it fits the product a bit better, which again, they're working on that one apparently. But yeah, it fits the product better, and it has a quick start guide in it. So that way when you get it, you can open up and immediately start playing with it. That's pretty nice. As is right now, not nice, not useful. Right now, I have it just to store like a couple of extra bits that goes with it. That's it. It's like, I'm just not attaching it to my bag. It's like, bigger versions would probably be really nice. Hell, you want it to be like, yeah, just have the case for the accessories. Exactly. And it keeps all the accessories in one place. Yeah, if they do want to go down the route of it being a SD card that you load stuff onto it, then swap out the plug, the USB-C cable. Just remove that entirely and just make it charge with a, oh my god, a wireless charger. And then build that wireless charger base into the case. Then it has a dedicated space it goes to after you're done running around in the con, right? The case stays in the hotel room. And when you get back to the hotel room, you just take it off and you put it into its case. That way it's charging. And you know it's fucking charging because it's in its case. And you don't lose it because it's there. Because it only goes for 12 hours. You're going to have to recharge it. Like, you're going to have to charge that thing at least twice while at a con. For some people, way more than that, depending on how active the thing is and how active you are. It's like that'd be a great little thing if they, you know, want to go this route. That being said, I would still prefer it just charge with the USB-C, and I plug in the USB-C, and the SD card is internal, so I can replace it if I want a bigger storage. But legit, the biggest thing that I want like changed is just make it so it's not stuck at 200 by 200 or 240 by 240. That's just bad. Become the badge. Yeah, I just bought an arc reactor and now my chest glows. So I put a vinyl sticker of my Sona on my chest and it glows through the vinyl sticker. I don't need no gift badge. I just have radiation poisoning. God, I'm getting so tired. I've been like so out of it the last few days. And I have been just playing Stardew Valley, trying to 100% the game, trying to get all the achievements. And I don't know why, but none of the achievements I got while in the Archipelago was counted on Steam, but it looks like it did for you, Bun. So you have so many achievements that I don't have yet. Like they were all got on like the same day. Me a favor before I head off to go to the check the media channel. Okay, checking media channel. That's a crush shark. Pulling that up on stream real quick. Actually, look at that crush shark. I know what we're doing today, Ferb. We're coloring in the Krashark. Damn, I was hoping that would work. Okay, we're gonna do this the boring bad way. You know what? Why am I just like copy screen? Can I download? Yeah, let's do this like better. Open. Just a multiply layer, and then on the layer behind it. There we go. That's much cleaner looking. Fuck this party stuff. We're coloring in a Krashark. Croissant, emote, Reb. It's crazy to think this is how I used to do the outlines for the color on all of my art. Super zoomed in, just like selecting all the stuffs. Oh. Showing how you avoid doing this step. So the way that I normally go around this step, where I have to outline everything, you can actually use this as an example, though I will have to just add a random BS line down here. It has to be an enclosed line work. Actually, no, that's not going to work. Fuck. Fine. It has to be an enclosed line work, right? But this works even if it's got like a bunch of little spikies or jaggedies or whatever. I don't know, just random line work, right? In the tool thing, in the bucket fill, in the fill tools, there is enclose and fill. Enclose and fill. Go to a layer underneath it, and with the color that you want to fill in with, you just circle it. It didn't work. Why didn't you fucking work? Why is this now giving me problems? This has worked every single other time I use this. It works on this layer. Why isn't it working on this fucking layer? Oh, it's set to the wrong setting. Okay. I had it set to a different setting. But yeah, on a different layer, you can then circle it and it will fill in. It's not the most strict when it comes to really thin line work. Like you can see right here, there's a little bit of gray poking through. Really zoom in. But it gets you 90% of the way. Yep. So there's 4 different settings for the referring. This refers to all layers is what it's currently set to, but there's also refer to the reference layer. So I can set this layer above as a reference layer, and it only will do that one. Daniel, hello, welcome on by. What were you up to? I was just showing how I do quick fills for art stuffs, where I can just do this and it works. See, and then it fills in the artwork. Yep. Just look into the bucket fill and see if there's a refer to others or a select and fill. And play around with it. Also, I'm coloring in a Krishark. Let's look at that Krishark. It's a good Krishark. Some people here? Well, nonetheless. Hope you're all having a lovely day, and hope you're having a great day too. Literally, we've just been kind of rambling about art stuffs. Like products I'd like to see at a convention one day. And me not finishing any art piece because I've been so out of it. Croissant shark. Yep. Piñata croissant. Oh my god. I mean, the croissants that have the, like, piece of chocolate inside them or whatever, I'm just imagining that's basically a French piñata. It's filled with treats inside. You gotta break it open to get them. Except this time, you're also eating the entire piñata. I feel like I gotta fit that in. This looks kind of odd without that. Knowing me and my love of drawing food, I feel like this is probably going to take over the entire stream. Because I do want to, like, color this bitch. And yeah, this image is actually from Blue Sky. Gunny posted this into the media channel, and I just, like, grabbed it instantly. All right, Gunny, take care. Enjoy yourself. Stay safe. All that jazz. I love that they scheduled their stream for, like, wait, was I supposed to stream today or was that, wait, what day is today? Did I get my days off? Was I not, no, wait, was that actually supposed to be tomorrow, not today? Am I crazy? Yeah, I was supposed to stream tomorrow. Huh. Only took me 2.5 hours to realize. I'll make a post about it. I make no promises for tomorrow's stream. If I said that I've been really out of it recently, then, you know, there's your reason. You can write into that stream. That's a fair point, actually. Oh, I think there's also the Ken's fundraiser streams. Oh my god, there's so many people doing stuff. GG, hope you're having a lovely day. Yeah, go lurk, go do chores. Take care of yourselves. Oh, and thanks so much for the follow. All right, so let's find a good tool that we can do for this. Oh, that looks so bready. So bready for this. Okay. I can get one that has a little bit more oomph to it. See, that doesn't have like that texture to it. Send the raid forwards. Hey, I appreciate it. Appreciate seeing you. Help me do yard work. Yay, yard work! God. I had to clear out my entire driveway of snow, and then it snowed again, and I had to do it again. And then someone drove on the on my driveway to turn around, and it dragged a bunch of, it like compacted a bunch of snow at the end of my driveway, and I was like, God damn it. Salsa! Oh yeah, no, this is such a banger freaking remix. It's by Ga Metal, G-A Metal. Mirabie's Retro Groove on YouTube. See, I like that transitional color, but it doesn't quite have the like look that it's not as dense as I want it to be. G-A, just Ga Metal. Like, their YouTube channel is just spelled. Like, why is this? Ah! My keyboard was like turned off. Why is this acting up? There we go. There. Oh, probably. That makes more sense. But it says Ga Metal though. Sizzlipede Bacon Mon. Let me do that. So we just use this tool. Does it have that texture at the edge? It does have the texture at the edge. Okay, I think you can do this one then. I do want this to have some texture to it. Yeah, I don't know how to read. A beacon of hope, and then it left. Fuck your hope, I guess. It's like, how detailed do I want this to be? And my answer always comes up as yes. Okay, we want this to be more red. Yeah, we're gonna make this good. See, this is like too dense with everything. So what we can do is we can go at it with this tool instead. See, then it just looks like we covered it with a chocolate coating. What I need is, I wonder if actually my mache tool might be of use here, because it will add in a little bit of different colors. Just to get us some variety of values. Like, it is 100% saturation, so it will look kind of blocky, but it gives us all this different color variation. So, actually, could I put that effect onto my gouache tool? Which one do I want to use for this? Not you. Not you. Not you. I think the gouache tool is probably the best bet. And now, what we can do is we add a little bit of color jitter, randomized per stroke. So now we'll get a little bit of believable coloration as we're drawing this in. Assuming that it works correctly. This tool does have a lot of like color blending mixed into it, so it might not work perfectly, but this will probably give us a good bit of variation that we may not have had otherwise while we're playing around. It's like, it looks a little bit better, but really do have to randomize that quite a bit more for it to actually stand out against the rest. It's like, if you really look, you can see that's like, oh yeah, some of those strokes are like more pale than others. That's like it. Actually, I wonder, color jitter, turn that off. Actually, no, wait, blend with subcolor. Yes, okay. So what we can do is we can actually add in a brighter color for the secondary, or could just do a more saturated version of what we already had. Okay, so now the color jitter has a lot more red and life in it, which I don't think we want like red strictly. Swap that over to like a more of a brown. Delete. Like, I'm not even trying to match this thing perfectly. I'm just trying to like get a vibe for it and find a tool set that I like that we can continue with. Because like already this doesn't match this at all. I mean, this thing, I will say it doesn't have eyes, but it does clearly have an eye, but you know, you get what I mean. So it's like already we're going to be adjusting it a good bit. So it's just a game of how much are we going to be adjusting stuffs by, and then how much do we want to play around with it. And like, I think this tool will get us a good bit of the way there, while still keeping this very, you know, natural look to it while we are doing this digitally painterly like. Touch we erase a good bit off the face just to kind of keep this a little bit cleaner. I'll think of going for realism with it. Okay, go through, erase out some stuffs. It's getting us somewhere. It's not quite where I want it to be. I want this to have more of like ridges to it, right? I want this to have more, like, more texture to it. I guess literally I'm erasing away the same stuff I had erased away before. So clearly I'm on a similar wavelength with myself from the past. See, that's looking kind of nice. Going for this almost like a tiger shark vibe. We're gonna have to copy this over down here, but I can just like copy paste it over and then make some minor adjustments once I'm done, so you know. fins. I'm gonna have these be a lot, like, they're gonna be dark on top, but a lot lighter towards the bottoms of them. Just to keep the overall shape correct. Yes, painting food. This down a little bit more. It's like, I'm liking the look of this. Like, it still looks very much like it's covered in chocolate or something, so we're gonna have to go through and, like, really highlight that it's a bunch of these little individual layers, but we can do that with a lot of striations going through it pretty easily. Well, I say pretty easily, it'd be a little bit tedious, but, like, we can do it. But, like, this is getting us the texture, and that's the really important thing right now, is we're just getting the broad strokes of what we want down. He says not doing the broad stroke steps, but in fact, detailing to high hell. Yeah, like, down here where I'm doing this is like, this is what we're gonna have to do in a lot of this, just to show that this is a bunch of these individual little layers that are breaking apart, puffing up in the oven, in the ocean, I guess. Yeah, it's like, and some color adjustment. Right now it's a little bit too brown. I do want this to have like a lively red tone, and then like the brown is only at the very edge of the caramelization. Like the tail is such out to the end, so it'll be more darkened. Like right here, I think it'll be a little bit darker too. Oh, Chris Shark. You get me so well. You understand me, Chris Shark. This way. Looks like around here it doesn't have quite as much. That said, I do want it to still connect to the side fin. We want to maintain that it's got this like puffy airiness, so we have to have a lot of these folds in. See, I don't like that being right there because it kind of meshes really poorly with the fin here. But doesn't mean we can't have a couple more just lines across the top. Down the side. This is like the earliest stages of this too. We're literally just setting down colors. Setting down colors, setting down patterns. Then we'll be going through and adding in stuff like the little shine effects and adding in layers of color gradients that kind of expected to see. We're doing this with a tool that is adjusting its color just so that it does a good chunk of the work for us later in making this feel more believable, because it's got a lot of this natural little color stuffs to it. See, I don't like the tip of this being colored, honestly. It just doesn't mesh well with the thin on the side. You have to make that more orange though, but yeah. Vibes music. Alright, so now we're gonna poke at the underbelly color, which the secondary color is going to be like an orangish. This thing also has color variation turned on, so we'll get some different sections of different color, so we can kind of give ourselves some of this, I guess. Like, this is looking like it's supposed to be like a more proper shark with the line going all the way down it, but I want to, like, even in this step, just do a little reminder, hey, this is made out of bread. Snoot. Catch that Growlithe. What is it? Haunter. Bunner's a Haunter. You probably already have one. Yep. Who could have seen that one? Haunter's a popular mon, so makes sense. Hey, yep, more people have Haunter already. Rip. Angie. Congrats! So many Haunter. Haunter was very popular. I didn't realize how many people had it. Today's RPT is crescent. Yep. Yep. Found this this art piece. Gunny put it in the media channel earlier, and I can't resist, so I'm coloring it in. How you doing, Kit? I was supposed to be live tomorrow, but I got my days confused, so I'm live now. I'm doing well, I think. Definitely tired. I won't do a stream, I guess. So I'm doing a stream now. And I'm enjoying myself here doing this. I miss my bun. but that's kind of just like normal, I think. How you doing? How's your projects going? All well, they better be. Alright, so now we add a little bit more color into the orange, because currently there is no color in the orange. Fun gets to come back to you soon. Well, the next chance that she gets to come back is gonna be once we have paperwork done. So she's coming back to stay, pretty much. So, yeah, I'll probably be going out to visit her once we have all the lawyering done. Yay! Who would have thunk that trying to marry someone from another country is a fucking pain in the ass, huh? Yeah, the divorce lawyer. Yeah, you gotta get the divorce lawyer stuff all settled. I'll figure it out. Okay, it's looking pretty good, but we need to get more like crunchy texture into the like dark here. He's prepared for the Force. Yeah, we're gonna become Jedis, so we have to get prepped. It's like, you know, when the Jedi Council calls, you can't just not be ready for them. It's just kind of bad form. When autocorrect is your friend. Yeah, that's allowed. It's like, you're allowed. I'm gonna do a bunch of little lines, because we want this to also be a good way to show all of the little layers. Then I'm going to zoom out and see that this looks awful, but you know. Yay. It's looking okay. Not too certain if I like these colors yet. It's feeling very autumnal. I don't know if I'm liking that. Like, if I go through this with an erase, just kind of like remove sections of it, how am I feeling? This isn't even like the like glistening layer, this is just kind of like a bit of the stuff. So, I think what I'm going to do instead is let's actually do a new correction layer. We're going to actually hit this with a hue layer. Second layer, quick selection. Select. Oh, I did the wrong part. Yo, you want your lime shark? We got your chocolate covered lime shark. We got that mint chocolate chip ice cream shark. Right there for you. Right, now I can adjust just the shark. The thing is, we up the saturation a bit. And chocolate shark sounds fun. Minty! Loaf shark, mint shark. Make a mint shark adopt. Someone stop me. Alright, so now we can go in and add in like the really kind of dark, crispy spots. Which, actually, let's use a different tool. The fuck texture is this thing? Well, that's interesting. Anyways. Mint. Okay, I think we can make this work out really well. We just have to be mindful with how we're applying this. This is gonna be... oh, okay, up this. Come out, and let's just kind of apply it wherever we feel like it works well. This is gonna be like the crisps. So we're going through and we'll be adjusting this, but for now, we just want it to kind of work in the right spots. And then we'll make it work nicely in those spots. Yeah. Yeah, we don't even have like the little glistening parts yet. So it's all the little stuff like this is what really makes something like this sing. Going at it with like a little bit of a loose hand. Just being like... oof. I feel like that's a little too crispy. Anyone else? Like we could... that layer even lighter. Then we can actually adjust this layer. Okay, well that's not correct. Quisp. A little bit darker than that. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. Because I still have this color that I can use just to accent it a little bit. This is just a kind of s'mores. It's a s'mores shark. A schmark. My stream title today has been I don't know what I'm doing. Piñatas maybe? And I'm just drawing a shark crescent. I don't think this is a piñata, but maybe. Well, if I do stream tomorrow, we're gonna see what the fuck I get up to. Depends on how tired I am today. We want all the lines to pretty much be going up and down just to help aid in the this is made up of a bunch of little tiny layers type of vibes. So we're going to be very careful with whenever we go horizontally across the thing. against the grain. So many layers. And not just in the croissant. So many wrong layers opportunities. I know. It's gonna be so great. Get the drinking game out, everybody. Wrong layer, the drinking game. What fucked up we gonna get? I don't know. We'll find out together. Oh, I had to. You give that noggin some lines too. Purposely made the head quite a bit brighter than the rest. Cause we gotta look at that pretty little face. Okay, now we can add in some of the darker lines. Just to help accent this. What are you up to, bud? That does so well. Like this is slow gradient up to this really dark color is actually bringing the line work into the art to some capacity, and that's kind of neat. I love him. It's a pretty good shark, though. Look at this Chris Shark. Don't even have a glistening layer yet. It looks so tasty. Currently looking fabulous. I'll say, I'm enjoying this a lot. This is the type of shit I needed. Because yeah, I have that party piece that like I had started, but it was just like, ugh. I wasn't really vibing much with it. So just getting to do something creative is very helpful. tail is going to have gradually more of this. Is just coloring his answer. Yep. Pretty much. Sometimes you just gotta sit down, color a thing instead of thinking. It's funny because I made a paper mache tool to help me do paper mache easier. Like, do I still have to party rough? Yeah, it's like that. I love the look of that. I genuinely really like that. I want to do a big piece with paper mache now. Because that just works so fucking well. But that's a coloring thing, and I don't have a party to color right now, so we're going to do this. Also because prep. So lets me do some foodstuffs that I love oh so much. Ah, good shark. Good little boy. Alright, so now let's do the shine. Should hopefully be fairly easy. Add glow layer. Okay, and see that's too much saturation. Yeah, that works. That works pretty well. Overline work, underline work, do you think? Let's actually use not the inking tool, but the main 2 tool. We want this to kind of vaguely follow the body. This spot is going to be lightened up later. Right now, we just want it on the body. Okay, very broad strokes of it, but now we can go in with the inking tool and smudge this, move this around. I guess probably actually the charcoal tool, because we do want this to be still have a little bit of the sharpness to it in certain spots. But we can do stuff like this with this tool. And that gets us really close approximation of what we're looking for. Yeah. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be real good. You can tell I'm really enjoying this when I'm just like so focused in on just shading bread. Can't even have bread. Me living vicariously through this shark instead. Just become bread. I am bread. Remember that game? That game made the rounds for a while on the YouTubes. Trying to get the shading to feel all right. Fuck yeah. That game was something. Yeah, it was. The game, it was a game of all time. It existed of all time. Weird enough, I don't remember the sounds of it. I remember the visuals of the bread rolling through clipped toenails. And that was disgusting. Yeah, I don't like it. And I'm cursed with this memory. I wonder what the devs of that are doing now. Who are the devs for I Am Bread? Didn't they make one game about being a goldfish? That feels so familiar that there's a game about being a goldfish in a bowl and you're trying to like get back or something. Trying to get back to the water. We'll look it up, but I'm drawing a shark. Oh, I'm not drawing a shark. Coloring a shark. Coloring a shark. I am fish. Okay. Oh, they made Surgeon Simulator? Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I didn't realize that was the same devs. What, too sharp coloring up here? Man, they really hit a market with those games. It's like very silly, controls are difficult, but like just enough. So of course when it looks like you fail, other people are like, it can't be that bad. And they try and go, oh shit, it was in fact that bad. It's like the epitome of skill issue. Oh wait. Yeah, I'm gonna have to trim down that brightness a little bit. We don't want big, large bright spots that are the highest brightness. If they're gonna be big areas, they have to be a much dimmer brightness. They cannot be max price. I fucking love drawing food. I really love drawing food. Any anime, hire me. I will not animate any of these. God, if I end up making that that Inkrin Ranching game, the food is gonna look so good in that. Because of course it's going to. I'm going to be like, yo, I want to make all the foods. The foods in your animations. Yeah, they're not going to be animated foods. You're just going to get a static PNG that you're going to have to figure out what the fuck to do with. Larb don't need to get up. I don't want to get up. Teach the cat fetch. Wow, it's a Pokemon! Get the Quagsire! What is this? Oshawott! Oh. The Blender static PNGs will be fabulous. See, there's even a fucking water type. It's trying to say, yo, catch it, stay. Don't ever leave. Not teach dog right because they don't exactly. If anything, the Huskies teach you to fetch. And I'm just gonna copy paste it down here because I'm not gonna redo all this. Go for coffee. Yeah, that's still, that is still water in some form. That counts here. Close enough. Suffering through coconut cream creamer because I grabbed thinking it was vanilla. I didn't know, so you got home. Use it to make a cake. Just use it instead of milk to make a cake or sugar. You get coconut cake. Fine, it's not bad. Blessing with things to try not to use much of it. I suppose. Fine. But yeah, go get top bean water. So this white spot right here is too, it doesn't have enough shape to it. It looks like it is wrapping around the fin as though the fin was a solid object, but we want the fin to look like it is a bunch of layers of stuff. So like up at the top where we have all of the little things indicating lines, we have to do more down here. So like this big area right here, we have to split that up. We have to give us some spiky doodads down here just to kind of show, okay, it's tapering off into a layer shape. And all it is just like, you just make it a little spiky at the edges. Just like roughly spaced the way that you want. See, that already looks a lot more like what we want. Since we have this lighter spot here in the middle, let's actually do that, just because that's a solid line for really no reason. It's not just on one side. If you do something on either side, that can help a ton with the shape. Fuck yeah. It's looking a lot better. Don't like that really bright spot right there, though. All right, we're getting gooder at this. In progress. What time is it? How long have we been live? Wow, 3.5 hours. Okay. And that's for me, like, wasn't supposed to stream today. Means that I might not stream tomorrow because I'm a dunce. Saying it this whole time, I'll say it again. Just might be tired tomorrow. So film that, but now I want to make this whole thing lighter because I just want this to be like a little, not like a glare, but I just want it to be like a light spot. Now we can go and fluff up the sides. The downside with this tool is that I can't really add this level of subtlety of color. Just removes subtly. So I have to be very mindful whenever I want to add a new thing in I don't remove too much, else I have to undo a bunch of that work. I bet I don't have the camera on today because I'm just doing focused face. Say that, but like, I did a whole thing about the gift badge and I wasn't able to show any of that, so you know. Swings and roundabouts. See, and these being like this straight line, I don't like that because I don't want it to look like it was a solid piece of bread that just has lines in it. I want to look like it is a bunch of layers that I've developed. So what we can do is we push around where this light beam is in the middle to help sell this look. Yeah. It's a little bit too bright down here, so we just hit this whole thing with just a light erase. And we can just do a little tiny bit of highlighting. Because we just want like little spots of brightness to remind us what the texture is rather than whole areas to forcibly tell us what the texture is. Because we already know what the croissant looks like. It's like, I'm not trying to sell the look of a croissant to people who aren't familiar with it. Well, for the most part. So all you have to do is just tell people like gentle reminders. It's like any type of digital painting, I guess. You don't have to be literal with everything. You can just be like, hey, yeah, this is a croissant, isn't it? Let you get back to the shark. This like up-down type of motion is really useful for the idea of the layers that we were talking about before. This to be kind of just like a spot up here. Okay, and this is going to be a rather bright area just because I do want to really show that, like, okay, it's underneath a rather strong light. That's why we have all of this here. Which means I probably want to actually bring this side up just a little bit because it's kind of weird if the spot right next to it is really fucking dark. Just gonna do both these together. It's just kind of layers of building up, taking away, building up, taking away, building up, taking away. Just putting some spots where it's needed, not where it's not. I just realized, when did this person even post this? Shark. Oh, a few days ago. Okay. Wait. Yesterday. Okay. So I don't want this one to have, like, really strong striations on it. So I think that's actually, like, basically perfect right there. So I don't need, like, you know, all the individual little lines. Because this one is, like, hit rather strongly, but with maybe, like, a more area light. These things 2 times so fast is probably probably. It would not surprise me at all if this has been around. But I was just thinking about like replying to this post with it. It would be a real shame if it was like, you know, this wasn't the artist. But at the very least, this one might be, I don't know, maybe I should actually look into that a little bit more. Whenever I do a color like this, I do like to write on it, you know, original lines by blank, colors by blank. Colors by Zazar. I guess I don't have to say blank for that one. It's me. We're also doing the colors. Secretly, Varasha actually picked up the pen while I was not looking, so I just decided to talk at everyone while she was doodling. Varasha really likes, you know, Chris Sharks. Oh, no, you're not poo-pooing me at all. Like, if anything, it's just a nice casual reminder that I always need to double check stuffs before I give credit where it's undue. Where it's undue? Not due. Where it's fondue. Give credit where it's actually just, you know, melted chocolate. This is the artist. This piece, just a pot of melted chocolate. Just melted cheese is fondue, isn't it? Is there a different name for chocolate? Dip Chris Shark into melted cheese. Oh my gosh. He's so powerful. Just so done with this. You got your coffee? You better have gotten your coffee. All right, the very likely last step. If I add glow, probably not going to use red for this, but it's a good way to just like unify the whole thing. Not really liking that. That just looks like a texture. Do a tasty bean water? Fuck yeah. Oh, that's just normal. Should that glow. Just to add some brightness to it and pull things kind of together a little bit more. Because, you know, it's really easy to just keep adding in like dark shades and just keep working towards like, oh, it's just the white version of that color, when we should be playing around with the colors more. So just going over the whole thing with like a little bit of like an orange splash. does a lot. In fact, let's do that such that it goes over the line work too. Just to help pull the line work into this a little bit more. All right, now what we do this, and we select every single layer that we just did, and copy paste. Oh fuck, it did not put those in the right order as well. Okay, you know what, we're gonna do this a little bit differently. I'll be annoying. Yeah, where's my keyboard? I need to just hit arrows. Now then. What we do is we make the original orange shark in the background down here blue. That way, whatever looks weird up here, you'll be able to see easier. I don't see anything kind of odd so far. Oh, did I actually like nail that? I don't see any blue. Wow, I actually nailed that. That was spot on. Huh. Because you would see like a blue line where if you have to move it up or down, left or right, there's absolutely nothing. Fuck yeah. I'm so good at this. Okay, that's fair. Select, rotate. All right. This one is going to be the harder one. Realize I probably should have moved that down with it. And what we're going to do is we're actually just going to put this back. Okay, so we gotta do that again, basically, but with the top layer selected too. Make this blue now. Put this in here. Glow layer. A duplicate of this. And now we scale rotate and we bring it down. This one down, that was up. So we just want to cover up all the blue. Why does that snoot not fit? Oh, because it's like boop the snoot. The snoot is not going to fit. Well, it's going to be a thing. Why is that not lining up? Oh wait, I know why it's not lining up. Yeah, apply that transformation. We have to disable all of this real quick. It's not going to be seen, but it's still editable. Now, when we grab and move it around, it's got a lot less layer clutter. quick. I gotta make the line work more transparent. Oh, you got a milcery. Am I crazy? Oh, fucking. The bottom thing doesn't. It's not the same line work. So we just gotta make it as close as we can get and then not care. It's not the exact same line work. I guess the snoo was different. It didn't look like it had any erase marks on it. Close enough. No one's gonna notice. Right? Look briefly. Fresh Shark has been around a while. The line work looks new. Okay. I'll take that. Alright, so now we have to redo a bunch of our work. Maybe liquefy, but I kind of want to see how this looks. Like, I don't think it'll be that hard. Yeah, it's basically unchanged. It's like, I'm probably going to drag this up just a little bit, just to show that the highlight stuffs is moved. Yeah. Then we just add in I don't know what color we want to use for this. Thinking like a nice rosy pink. Right, so double checking some stuff open. Yeah, this is definitely the artist. For these lines at least. Easy. Okay. So now I just write down like original lines by Lime? What the fuck? Wrapping them. Color. There you go. Line. There we go. Chris Shark. Why is this a fucking JPEG? Download it as a JPEG, but works better as a PNG in this case. I'm very pleased with this. And it is like exactly the time that I would want to end stream. So I think we're probably gonna call that a stream, huh? What did we do today? We did a bit boss. I made a square. I showed off some cool mache stuffs on her tail. That was just for copy purposes. And I did a page of sketchies that I didn't really like, and then one I kind of liked. I have no promises that I'll be streaming tomorrow. Look at that there shark. And of course, Chris Shark. Alright, I will be posting this to Blue Skies. I'll be basically replying to the person with this. But, real quick, throw up the ending scene. Who's online and a-doing a stuffs? Okay. Scott's live, Ken's live. Yeah, I was gonna say, let's go raid Ken. From coffee and a brain cell, BRB. Oh, that's perfect timing then. Boop. Raid in Ken's wall. Boop. Copy your probe message, your sub copy sub message, not a sub copy, not a sub message. I know Win is not currently a sub, but it's got a lot of squinch in there if you want to use that one. We are going to be going over and raiding Ken, who is currently streaming live with They Are? Oh my god, I verbally said the wrong there. Whoa, I am so out of it. Jesus Christ. How in the hell did I say the wrong there verbally? That's not even typed out. Oh, anyways, they're live doing the fundraiser stream. Go on over and hang out in there, even if you don't plan on, like, you know, staying for too long. At the very least, you know, leave a lurk up or whatnot. I think that would be really cool. I think they like just went live or something, so just go and maybe they went live. I don't know. I'll see you all in the future. Good night, goodbye, farewells, I love yous, and thank you all so much for showing up when I was like not even supposed to be live today. Fuck yeah. God, I'm so bad at scheduling right now. How do I think I was an entire day off? See you in the future.